Well, hello there, everyone. Happy Monday. It is Monday, December 30th, and you guys know what time it is. It is the last and final Raw, not only of 2024, but also the last Raw on the USA Network. So today is kind of like a historic night, considering that that's it, guys. Next week, we kick things off with Raw over on Netflix. So all of that is going to just be like a whirlwind of things. Things are gonna fly by very, very fast. We are still 7 minutes away from Raw. As soon as Monday Night Raw gets started, I will make sure to have the what do you call it? The audio for you guys here. I do put the audio and you guys can hear it on the background. We'll be here chilling, reacting. Of course, if you actually want to watch the video version of Raw, well, you have to do so in your own fashion. This is just kind of like a little hangout sort of deal. But I'm looking forward to tonight, guys. I feel like it's going to be a fun night. I'm kind of hoping that they have like some special surprises in store or just some, a nod, a goodbye to this closing of a chapter, this end of an era for Raw. So we'll see what they end up doing there. And then also, if this is your first time in one of the watch-alongs, I do play games with people in the commercial breaks. I do have one game for everybody, and then I'll probably have to come up with something as we go with the rest of the game, with the rest of the show, because I only prepared one game this time, guys, because I ran out of time. I was actually preparing for it as the stream was starting, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go on the air now. I'm out of time, but it's gonna be a good time though. We'll hang out, we'll have some fun, man. We'll have some fun. But let me go ahead and see who's in here. I want to make sure to give some people some shout outs and see who's in here and ready to hang out. Let's see. We got a regular here, Maria, thank you so much for always hopping into the streams. We got Fernando, also somebody very, very active across all my social media platforms. So thank you so much to Fernando. We got Hassan Terrell. Hassan, how are you? Good to see you again. Like he says, let's roll for the last day of Monday Night Raw before the premiere on Netflix. We also got DWO member Juan Carvajal. Juan, thank you so much for always supporting the videos on a daily basis. Seriously, thank you very much. We got Tremaine Young in the building, another regular. We got Joe Compton. What's up, Joe? Nice to see you again. We got Mike Rouse, another regular here. We got Terrence Sullivan. Terrence Sullivan, by the way, guys, won the Blue Sky. So it's so funny because if you were here on the AEW World's End watch along that I did, I saw Terrence's name and I was like, dude, I was trying to DM you because he was the winner for the World's End giveaway, but he was still, he got his prize. So I'm glad that it all worked out, but it was so funny because I was waiting for him to check his Blue Sky DMs all day. It was so funny, but Terrence, I hope you enjoyed World's End and thank you so much for your constant support. We got the sniper in the building. Good to see you again. We got Dawn, who I just got to meet in person a couple days ago. Dawn is incredible. Thank you so much for hopping on. And thank you for sharing some really great ideas with me. So I don't know how many of you guys have seen. I posted this on Twitter and I posted this on YouTube. By the way, we're 4 minutes away from Raw starting. But as many of you guys know, I've been doing WrestleMass, which has been daily videos basically every single day this entire month. There's only one video left for this month. Well, no need to be sad or anything like that because I am continuing the daily videos for the month of January. I want to kick off 2025 with a bang. And so expect daily videos Mondays through Fridays, not weekends. Weekends will be stream days. And of course, my streams throughout the week will remain as is. So none of that will change. You'll just be getting a lot more content, if anything. So it's going to be a good time. I'm so excited. Please send me video ideas like on Twitter or YouTube or wherever, because I'm going to need them now more than ever. More than ever, I'm going to need the ideas. But Dawn, thank you so much. We got Brandon Rosen in the building, Matt Raikia. We got Ella J, by the way, who, just a heads up, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but Ella J, she writes incredible articles for me on instinctculture.com. And she covers both Raw and AEW on a weekly basis and just does tremendous work. So please give Ella some love for for the great skills that she has. What's up, Ella? We got Fabian Valdez in the building. We got Danny J, Jonathan Achuta, who says, what do you think will happen tonight? So in terms of what's been announced, let's see what's been announced. Hold on. So in terms of what's been announced, we have the CM Punk Seth Rollins face-to-face. Cool. That should be fun. Damian Priest and the War Raiders take on the Judgment Day. That should also be fun. The Women's Intercontinental title semifinal, Io versus Lyra. We already know that's going to be very good. And then Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark. That one should be good too. Otis versus Chad Gable. That's another fun one. So far, that's a couple of good things. I do hope they have some like extra surprises. One of the things that I was hoping for, because I think it would just be nice, is if they did like a Raw compilation of like USA Network memories of, of Raw. So if they did like memories like that, like a video montage, I think that would be really nice, but I don't know if they're going to do that. If they did, we might be starting to get in the feels and stuff. But yeah, Jonathan, that's a little bit of what has been announced and something that I would definitely want to see. Thank you so much, Jonathan. We got Joseph Suarez here, who says he's at Raw right now and is so excited. Joseph, enjoy yourself at the show. I hope you're having a good time. Hit up the concession stands. Let me know what good snacks they have. And we are 1 minute away from Raw starting, by the way. And Jonathan Chuda says, are you going to next week's show? I think I am, guys. I think I am. I'm supposed to be getting details in the next couple of days, is what I was told. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that. But I know that they are being like, they're keeping things very small, apparently. I'm not really too sure what the deal is, but I know that they are keeping like the press availability very, very small. So I'm gonna, try my best to at least make it to the show with that. So we'll see, guys. But I've been told that I think I will be getting a ticket for the press box. Like I said, it's a lot of moving parts, but I think I'll be there. Thank you so much, Jonathan. And okay, Raw should be starting soon. So let me start getting this audio going. And I also need to start recording on my separate file. Okay. 1 second, guys. The previous show is still on. Let me see what's on right now. Oh, Law and Order Special Victims Unit. It's just finishing right now. So as soon as that's done, I'll get this volume up. And we can start the last USA Network Raw. Emotions are running high. Here we go. Let me get the volume up. And there we go. This always makes me so nervous. I always feel like for whatever reason, Raw is just going to be canceled for me. Like specifically me. Like you here at your house, you cannot watch Raw. I always feel that way every time it takes a second to actually get started. All right, guys, audio check. You guys know what to do. Please let me know if the audio is working and you can hear me and you can hear Raw, and you guys know the drill already. Just want to make sure all is good. Thank you so much, Ray Bevis. Thank you. Tony Santella's in the house. Leo Poroy's in the house. Thank you, Danny, for letting me know. Oh, they're in Houston today. Thank you, Don. I'm wondering what Shinadu went. He should have gone to Raw today, considering that he is like in Houston, and he loves Houston. He makes great like videos about Houston. Oh my gosh, Seth Rollins looks like a wedding gift today. Doesn't he? Oh my gosh. And CM Punk is dressed polar opposite. CM Punk is dressed like a kid, like an 8-year-old child with the Avengers shirt and a cute little red hat. And then you got his sports hat, obviously. I'm not a hockey fan, as you can tell. And then you have Seth Rollins, who's dressed like a wedding gift. Like, they could not be more different in terms of their personalities, in terms of their wardrobe. Absolutely different. As always, with my partner, Wade Barrett. Shout out to Darrow. What's up, Darrow? Episode of Monday Night Raw right here on USA Network. SmackDown will remain on USA, but Wade, next week, Raw moves and debuts on Netflix. And I love the way they're kicking off Raw like this, by the way. But still, what we have here tonight
is extra special.
I like when they kick it off with the announcers like being with the people, because that's like what adds to the energy of the show. So I love that they kicked it off like that. It's just more exciting. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, we're kicking it off with the New Day. Here we go, some New Day sucks chants.
Cut that music off. Cut it off. Cut it off.
Oh, now the people aren't going to be able to chant it along with the song. But they'll still chant it, though, for sure. All right, let's see what craziness ensues. They look good, by the way. Xavier and Kofi, I love what they're wearing today. Massive boos. They're just standing there soaking it all in. Here we go. The New Day sucks chants are in. This is what I was waiting for. Yeah, I feel like the New Day are definitely getting louder boos now than Dominic Mysterio, or like around the same like level. I thought Woods was about to start fighting with the little kid, but he was fighting with the man. I was so ready to him to start fighting with that little kid. I think Xavier Woods has the perfect facial expression for this, by the way. I think he has the best I'm pissed off face. His I'm pissed off face is better than Kofi's I'm pissed off face. Here we go. Kicking in. I love that Woods does not seem to understand what they did wrong. Like, he just doesn't get it. Kofi, your mom literally disowned you last week.
If you don't let us speak, if you wouldn't mind for...
Can you guys hear the audio? Some people are saying they can barely hear it. Are you guys talking about my audio or Raw's audio? Whose audio? Let me know if it's mine or Raw. I'm like, you need this to be louder.
If you don't let us...
Yep, okay, let me turn it up a bit. Hold on. All right, does that help? All right, let me know if you guys can hear it now. I put it up a lot louder. All right, I'm gonna let it ride since it looks like it's okay now. Oh, Donna's like, we need the foam finger. Oh, I have it. I have it. I got the foam finger. I always forget I have it. All right, this time I'm going to try to do it the whole entrance, all right? I usually give up after like 5 little these things. This time I'm going to do it the whole entrance. One arm, though. I don't want to do both arms. Both arms is too exhausting. All right, let's see if I can even hang. This is my workout, guys. New year, new me pretty soon. Honestly, though, it's a workout. I feel like they should do this workout at the gym. Like, now, everybody, please yeet. And then just yeet for like 5 minutes straight. I'm going to have a beautiful, muscly right arm. I'm going to have 24-inch pythons after this. All right, guys. Jay, you're going to have to start walking a little faster. My arm's getting tired. Seriously, though, guys, do this at home. It's exhausting. I'm going to keep going until the song ends. Let's go. 24-inch pythons incoming. Oh my God. This entrance is so long. Next week I'll do 2 arms. Yo, this is a workout. Come on. I don't know why I'm doing my head too. Like, why am I doing my head? I can't do this without doing my head too. Like, the head has to go with it, guys. I even got some leg movement going down here. Like, it's a whole package deal. Like, you can't just do the arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. You got to do the head too. All right, I really need production to hit that stop. They are so running this song longer than they ever do. Yes, Cody, I'm going to have one really strong arm. Jason. Oh my gosh. Yes, the song stopped. Oh, I did it. The full song for the first time ever.
So y'all like Jey Uso?
All right, what do we think, guys? Muscles? Any muscles?
Jey, you know
muscles?
we go wait.
All right, let's see what we get here.
I can't even talk to Jey. Can you talk to them for us, please?
Hey, Houston, quiet down and let's see what this chump got to say.
Oh, they might actually get a word in this time, since Jey gave the crowd the okay to calm down.
We go way back.
Spend Biggs. Guys, I can't even move my arm right now to move the mouse. I was trying to move the mouse. My arm is like, no, we're not going to do that. That's so funny. Look, I got a little tremble going. Denise Diesel, yes. What does that sign say? Put Jacob Fatu in. Oh, in Fortnite. Someone wants Jacob Fatu in Fortnite.
You know what, Otis? We do go way back. So Woods, Kofi, only gotta say one thing to y'all, man.
What's he gonna say?
New Day sucks.
Yeah, that's about right. That's all he had to say. He got 3 words for him. New Day sucks. Let's blow it up on the chat, guys. New Day sucks in the chat. I'm gonna put everyone's comments up. Is that it? I actually thought we were going to hear a little promo from them.
Hey, Sound, I ain't even here for that, no.
Nope. No promo again from the New Day.
Address.
Let's see what Jey has to say, though.
Solo in the new bloodline. OTC gonna handle that. I got Drew McIntyre still messing with me and my brothers. And I'm gonna handle that. As a matter of fact,
this almost sounds like a song.
Get your ass out here to this ring so I can give you this damn beat
down. Oh, you actually think Drew's gonna come out right now? Or is Drew gonna cower behind something or not come out?
Yo, Jey, look up here.
Oh, it's the bloodline.
Hey, don't worry about us.
Fatu.
You see, we made our mark last Monday. And that right there is the beginning of an end. Your boy Sami Zayn got a little bit too close, and look what happened last Friday. We dropped his ass too. I did what I had to do to get Roman's attention. And then you and Jimmy made a very big mistake by going back to Roman after everything he did to you, when you should have sided with the real bloodline, and that's us. This will follow. This one right here on my neck, it is going nowhere, and it is going to stay on my neck forever. I am going to destroy Roman next Monday in the tribal combat match and remain your tribal chief. And you and everyone else will acknowledge me.
This is pretty much the exact same promo we just heard Solo Sikoa cut on SmackDown, like verbatim practically. Literally the exact same thing. The only thing he was missing, wait, oh, there's Drew.
I don't believe that, Solo.
Oh, finally. Hey, Drew looks good with that black vest jacket.
He was called for Drew McIntyre. There's the RSVP, Wade.
Well, here's the issue with fighting battles on too many fronts for Jey Uso.
The meat is good. The meat is good. What can I say?
After Sami Zayn, he's got next.
What do you think was going to happen? And now the beatdown is underway.
Careful what you wish for, Jey Uso. McIntyre's got a vendetta against anyone who came crawling back to Roman Reigns.
I love it. Good start to this. Drew attacking Jey.
Yeah, he's put that list together and continuously attacking anybody who is partnered.
And things like, hey now.
That's the reason why Jey Uso was out of action recently.
I was waiting for someone to notice that.
Multiple physical confrontations between Uso and McIntyre in recent weeks.
Oh, no. He just ate a super kick. Oh, you know, I'm kind of glad, though, because Jey Uso would have just kind of looked super weak had he not gotten, like, any shots in on Drew. Especially since he was the one who called him out there.
With full force.
So I kind of like that Jey got some good little offense there. Oh, but now he's going for it again. He's going for that Claymore.
He rarely fails twice.
Nope.
And now the officials coming in to break things up. The way we intended to start Raw was hearing from Jey Uso. The New Day interrupted everything. And then Jey comes out, calls out Drew McIntyre. Drew makes his arrival with a vicious attack. Jey had his attention elsewhere with the new bloodline sending a message.
So
McIntyre always stacks the
Drew and Jey honestly does feel like a good direction to go in right now for Drew McIntyre. Because like we were sort of like wondering like, okay, where's Drew gonna go with this next? What's gonna happen with Jey next? I like this. It was very simple. I feel like the New Day stuff and the Jey Uso stuff was more. Oh, good, he's going back. Good. I like stuff like this. I love when they don't listen to the authority and just like, yeah, he finally got that Claymore. I like when they don't listen to the authorities and just like wreak havoc. That's always far more entertaining to see than anything.
Full speed down the entryway into the ring to deliver it.
Oh, what McIntyre said.
Now Drew McIntyre is gonna be heading out. No, but like I feel like this is a really good direction for both guys.
Promotional push for next
especially since we know, like, even though Drew McIntyre has been addressing both Roman and CM Punk, it didn't feel like, you know, they weren't going to circle back to CM Punk again. We just finished that. Roman Reigns is a little preoccupied in other directions.
That is how we start this historic Monday.
So at least now we got something going on here with Jey and with Drew.
Well, thanks so much. I am here with American Made. Chad Gable, tonight is the night. How do you feel knowing that you are finally facing your former friend and protege, Otis, one-on-one?
I feel sick. I'm sick of all the talk about Chad Gable. He can't win a championship. He has trouble with luchadors. He's been ducking Otis. Are you kidding me? Tonight,
wait, who said he had problems with luchadors?
And I'm starting with Alpha Academy. It's time for me to kill my darlings, and Otis is the final nail in that coffin.
Bro, this feud was done a long time ago, though. We did not have to resurface this.
He's going to get his final
Even though the match was going to be good, but we didn't necessarily need to resurface this.
Remains the master forever.
Because we weren't just born here. We weren't just raised here.
We were made here. I like that little, we weren't just born here, we weren't just raised here, we were made here. All right, I see you, American made.
That origin story of Chad Gable and Alpha Academy's divorce is a very complicated one.
All right, we're probably going to be going to a commercial right now in just a second, but CC Funk is like, I hate those guys. I like American made. I think they're all good wrestlers, obviously. I can't hate American made when I love Julius and Brutus and Chad. Like, Chad is the gem to watch every week on Raw. Brutus and Julius are like pretty close. Like, pretty soon, in a couple of years, they're going to be like one of my favorite tag teams ever. They have the potential to be like steal my heart and be my favorite all-time tag team in like several years from now. They obviously got to do a lot more to get there, but like there's just so much potential there. It just sucks that we have to circle back to this feud that already felt like it was way done. Like, I didn't even think we were gonna circle back to this until they started teasing it, of course, and the writing was on the wall. But before this, I thought we were already done with Otis and Chad Gable.
The duel with a human tree trunk, at least.
Hello to Taylor, who says, Denise Salcedo, happy Monday. Wait, M. Durance's first half hour is commercial free? What? I didn't even know that. Wow. Now I feel very silly. I did not know today was the first half hour was commercial free.
For everyone in
Literally
Alpha
missed
Academy,
it completely. Did not know this.
Is now here.
And his opponent, being accompanied by Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa.
Oh my God, Otis has some beefy legs. Oh my gosh. Look at, my God, is it just me or like, what? Like, Otis looks extra beefy today. Look at those thigh muscles. I mean, I don't need to sound like a perv or anything, but like, look at those thigh muscles, guys.
Where money talks.
Seriously? Please give some love to the thigh muscles over here in the chat box, please. Acknowledge the meaty thighs by Otis. Otis's meaty thighs. Please acknowledge them. Oh my gosh. We got Bailey Darley here who says extra meaty. We got more meat here. I love it. Oh my gosh. In the meantime, while we get this match going, let me get into some of these super chats, by the way, because I didn't realize we had no commercials. Taylor Cannon here's member for 22 months now, the DWO, says, hey Denise, hope you're well, the end of an era. I'm doing good, man. It's always a good time when I'm live and chatting with everybody. It just always gets my mood up. So thank you so much, Taylor, for being here. All right, I'll continue the super chat once this match is not on.
Brothers, training partners. Otis feels betrayed.
Chuck West is like, Denise first drew, now Otis.
Always gonna come to this.
Otis just absorbing those chops with no issue
Hey,
whatsoever.
you gotta acknowledge, all right? You gotta acknowledge when you can. Shout these people out when you can.
But then it comes down to strategy.
All right, let's see what we get here.
When you know your opponent,
I mean, Otis and Chad Gable always work so well together. I mean, Chad Gable does work well with just about anybody. He's such a good wrestler, but they work very well together.
Otis, however, now seems like a completely
Tilda Pickle says, I love you, Otis thighs.
And he's
more meat comments from everybody.
Chad Gable, the game has changed.
Love it.
Chad.
The press, the pure power just drops him down on his front side.
Yeah, we should probably get the meat graphic for this, guys. That's it. We got to put the meat graphic up. Welcome to the Raw post show by the Raw Watch Along. If this is your first Raw Watch Along, we acknowledge the meat here. Andrew Stevens says this match sponsored by Arby's. AC says, oddly enough, Otis is a great cook. I imagine he would be. I imagine he would be.
Right into the steel steps and partially catching the post as well.
Well, this has to be years and years of pent-up aggression from Otis, who did everything Master Gable told him to do for a hell of a long time, until one day he'd had enough, disobeyed the Master, and now feels he's ready to step to Chad Gable.
Chad Gable looks to rally back a series of right hands, sending.
All right, the crowd's behind Otis. Remember how over Otis was when he was like getting ready to turn on Chad Gable?
Immediately back on offense.
Like legit.
And Otis really starting to feel himself in that ring.
And now, all 330 plus pounds stepping on that left hand.
William Fort Love says
now
the
for
me
Chad
graphic is
Gable.
fantastic out of
Brute
context.
strength, raw power, I respect
Yeah.
Chad Gable's attributes, but he cannot match
It's like the
Otis.
ugliest meat graphic ever, but I literally made it like in 30 seconds a while back, and now it's just part of YouTube lore here on this channel.
Otis is an accomplished freestyle competitor from his collegiate days, but that shoulder into that steel ring post with all the momentum of that 300.
Oh, I always love this. Yes, yes. Love this. Whenever Chad Gable tries to like suplex Otis, that shit looks insane.
Yeah, you got to get some kind of momentum.
Chad
going
Gable working
your
on
way
them meaty
before you
legs.
pull off a move like that, but wow, dragon screw whip in the corner there from Chad Gable, taking out one of the wheels of the big man Otis. Now you got your bullseye.
Yeah, and he's working on that left knee as well. Found the target with the dragon screw, pounded on it a few times, and now going right to work on it against Otis.
Well, two things. Chad Gable, first of all, durability, had to weather that early storm, but secondly, that 4.0 GPA that we all know about. There's a strategy.
I'm direct says Otis could have been a top guy years ago. The Fed really got behind him. Yeah, you gotta, you know, there's ways, especially with guys like that are good wrestlers, that are like, you know, different than what you normally have on the roster.
You see Chad Gable just talking smack to Otis.
Gotta have a nice little variation, you know.
Inside the mind, you are the student. I am the master. Know your level, Otis.
Yep, I agree. Bailey Darley says Chad is a strong boy.
And nearly the big splash from Otis, but Gable able to get out of the way, and you can just see the rest of his brethren with American Made supporting him and laughing at Otis. Up top, Gable goes.
Desperation move from Otis that has backfired in the worst way, but no. Gable just
moved out the way.
On the top rope.
You got Johnny T here who says they took the money in bank away from Money in the Bank away from him. Yeah, they kind of did him dirty with that. Like, he had like probably one of the silliest Money in the Bank runs ever.
After the split, finally, this is how they will close out the year. In the ring, opposite the other, as both Otis and Gable rise to their feet.
Chad Gable trying to hightail his way out of there. But Otis with a second win is a terrifying sight for anyone.
Big body and that spinning reverse elbow from Otis. And the big lariat comes in, crashing Gable. Right to
I like when Otis starts to get into his like heels and he starts to like get really pumped up.
Movies made over the past several years.
Otis,
oh shit, that was cool.
And delivering into the cover. And now decides to get up from it.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's wanted to go for
By the way, Otis is one of the most fun people to talk to, like in interviews, because he's down for like anything. He called me out one time though, because I always ask him food questions.
It was great ring awareness.
And I was like, I'm sorry, but I got more food questions for you.
Hooks the leg for the win. Foot on the rope.
Well, the Creed brothers on the outside, perhaps.
Tozawa's getting into it with Brutus and Julius.
Tozawa. He can't take on American Made on his own. Wait. Oh.
Now Otis having to fight wars on 3 separate fronts. Both Creed brothers getting laid out in our timekeeper's pit.
Clearing them in timekeeper. And Maxine and Ivy.
Wow, Maxine. Maxine getting an opportunity here to take down Ivy Nile. I love the way she just took her down. And she just came out of nowhere, honestly.
Continues, Joe.
And look at Gable getting right into that ankle lock. Right into the ankle lock is Chad Gable.
How smart was
Meatiest
Chad Gable?
ankle lock ever.
On the outside, Chad Gable just waiting to pounce as soon as Otis got back in the ring.
Does Otis have the ability to survive this? To find a way out, smartly turning over on his back.
Gable is the absolute master of that hold, but that leg of Otis is so thick, it's almost impossible to get enough torque on that ankle to fully do it damage, but locked in it is.
He found
I wonder if he'll tap.
Separation when he turned over and was able to get his right leg free and kick away, but immediately
I don't know. I think this match is meant to give Otis a win, right?
With the power of the
if not, why else would they like circle back to this match? I feel like Otis has to get the win here.
At this point, the amount of damage
Unless American Made, considering that they're, you know, pretty much getting involved right now. They might not.
Brutus Creed is a massive guy, but he's getting ragdolled by the even more massive Otis.
Wrong place to be, Creeds.
Okay, but it seems like Otis is doing fairly well handling all of American Made. Oh, there he goes, ripped off the t-shirts. Meat.
And it's all going horribly wrong for Master Chad Gable.
Big slam.
Ah, there he goes, returning the favor and locking in the ankle lock on Chad. Come on, Chad, you should be able to get out of it if anybody can. If anybody can, it's Chad Gable. And Kurt Angle, of course, but for the purposes of the match we're seeing right now, Chad Gable.
Big Otis with the ankle lock as Gable.
Oh, I love that. He's just like slapping him.
Gable scratching and clawing at anything
Oh.
he can.
Otis is like, nah, bro. Oh, nice. Little twist, extra twist there, but not enough.
To find a way with
Oh, there I always love to see that. To see Chad suplex Otis. It's impressive every time.
Last time he went up top.
And you can tell he struggled a little bit because usually Chad Gable gets like a nicer bridge, and he wasn't able to like really hold that pretty bridge that he usually does. Because, you know, Otis is a lot meatier, so.
This is the best Otis has ever looked.
Oh, wait. Is that Ivy? Yeah, that's Ivy.
Now Ivy Nile is about 100 pounds soaking wet. That was never going to work.
She had no chance to stop him, but did create a moment.
Oh,
and with it,
oh wait, I was
into the ankle
thinking that. Oh, I think Otis might tap here, even though I was thinking he would win this match. No, is he gonna make it? I think he might get to the ropes. The crowd's behind Otis. I feel like they got to give Otis this win. Come on, Otis. You can't tap. Oh, right as I said it, he tapped. I really thought they were gonna give him the win here. Wow, I feel so bad. Sorry, Otis. I didn't mean to get your hopes up, bro. All right, well, now we got to take down the meat graphics as well. The meat did not win, guys. They did not win. We got Big G here who says, wow, Gable actually won. I mean, yeah, like I thought, I don't know, I thought they only did this for Otis, but I was wrong. I read this match completely wrong. John Taylor says, sad meat noises. But yeah, this is a fun matchup, honestly. Like Jessup says the same thing, says that was a great match. Yeah, it was very, very fun. Like, I got swept away into it. It was a fun little sprint of a match. And even with all of the outside interference, it didn't take away from the match. It actually added to it.
Of course, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan do battle once again.
All right. Oh, they're just doing a video package. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and get into some of these super chats here. And let me end this.
After a year-long reign, I walked out of WrestleMania as your women's world champion. But I took my eyes off the ball, and I have paid for it ever since. So as we approach the new year, one thing has become perfectly clear to me. After all the betrayal, after all the backstabbing,
all right.
After all the games,
let me finish for Rhea's promo.
This has to end.
I promised to take everything from Rhea Ripley, and that's exactly what I did.
2024 was the year of the Liv Morgan revenge tour. Everything you did to me, Rhea, I did right back to you. Only better.
Tourette says Rhea's the villain in the story. Sorry. Interesting that you see it that way. Interesting. Does anybody else see it that way?
And then I took your Women's World Championship. Your place
as the baby says, Rhea is correct. This has to end. So shout out to Ryan Powell. Thank you so much for hopping into the stream. We got Uncle Buck here.
I've been having so
Rafael
much fun
Garcia.
to say, but this has to end.
I think Liv Morgan said these. She just said the exact same thing. So
part
we're
of me
all in
actually
agreement
has to
that this
thank
has
you,
to
Liv.
end now.
You've cleared me of all the dead weight that was holding me down.
William's like, Rhea's
time
too
that I
pretty to
return
be a
the
villain.
favor
But
and
so is
unburden
Liv
you of the
Morgan, though.
Women's World
They're both like equally
Championship.
beautiful.
My championship. The one thing that I never truly lost.
Tiger Claw Games, like at this point, both are
Rhea,
villains.
I
Neither
have
Liv or Rhea are
always
likable.
been one step ahead of you. Every time you
I
thought
like
you had
them
me in your
both
corner,
for
it
different
wasn't
reasons.
Marie who ended up on top. It
Like
was
Jessup
me.
says he's picking Rhea
And
to
this
win on
time
Raw.
it'll be
I think
no
so too. I think that one's a
Except
pretty
this
obvious
time,
prediction,
Liv,
right?
You're all out of moves. The
If
Judgment
she
Day
didn't, it'd be
can't
so
save
fucking
you.
weird. Like,
Raquel
how much
can't
longer
save
could the
you.
feud
Even
go
you
if she didn't
pathetic
win?
Dirty Dom can't save you from the beating that you have coming your way. Next Monday,
Raw's debut on Netflix.
this has
To end.
Yep, we're all in agreement, guys. This has to end. This Raw on Netflix. And not in a bad way, though, because I have had a good time with this story.
Of course Liv has something up her sleeve. Are you kidding me? Why would you ever doubt my weddita? I'm not gonna.
My Wedita.
She's got something up her sleeve, right?
I don't know. She's been so busy preparing for her match with Rhea, I haven't had a chance to talk to her.
Oh,
So-
I'm sure Lady Liv knows exactly how to deal with Rhea Ripley.
Ben is so jealous
Because
of
Liv
Liv.
has got a plan for everything, right? Just like I've got a plan on how to deal with the War Raiders and Damian Priest. That's cool. It is cool. And you know what else is cool? When we listen to Finn, we win.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
Let's go.
Come on, I'm ready.
All right.
I want to hear this plan.
Raquel, can you tell Liv from me, from the bottom of my heart, wish her the very best of luck next Monday.
Raquel's like, I'm not your messenger. Why don't you send her a text? Like he can't text her, good luck, Liv. You know, Ryan Adams here is in love with Raquel. Raquel's gorgeous. She's just very, very tall, by the way. Very, very tall.
On Netflix, that comes up later tonight. Huge opportunity for Zoe.
Now we're just getting some like shots of
They're
PFC.
doing everything possible to get their hands on the new
EO,
Intercontinental
Dakota.
Championship. Dakota Kai stands in her way. Both top contenders have advanced to the semifinals. Who's going to take that new crown? The first of our two semifinal matches coming up
Okay,
tonight.
I think we're going to commercials now, right? Yeah, okay, now we're going to commercials, everybody. All right, let me mute the commercials in the meantime. All right, good. So I didn't need to get too many games for today since it looks like we didn't have too many commercials to have to fill time for. Let me get into some of these super chats, though, because I'm way behind. We got Bailey Darley here who says, can't wait for 2025. And have you seen the apparently a leak of Rumble entrances? Guys, that is not real. Those are fake. Fake, 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 F-A-K-E, fake. Those go around every single year. I don't know how people fall for them every single year, but they are fake. They're never, ever real. So just don't even look at that stuff. Do not acknowledge it. Chances are, if you saw it on some random person's Facebook account or some random person's Twitter account or some random person's TikTok account, it is fake. Thank you so much, Bailey. We got Stephen Marchulli who says you're MVP of Raw in 2024. For Raw, I would definitely have to say Drew McIntyre. Oh, we're not going to commercial break. Wow, Zus. Oh, I thought it was just the first half hour that was commercial free. But yes, my MVP of Raw for the men on Raw, Drew McIntyre. For the women on Raw, it's Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan deserves a lot of credit for the work that she has done this year. So yes, Liv Morgan and Drew McIntyre, respectfully. We got my favorite, Butch. He's done, obviously. I love He's done.
To stop using the Butch nickname, something that R-Truth.
But I don't really like what they've been doing with him lately, though. I haven't been too crazy about it. I'm nobody's Butch. I'm nobody's Butch.
We're scheduled to have a match between these two, and that's what he does.
So the match isn't happening? Well, I mean, they already had R-Truth defeat Pete Dunne the other time, right?
Excuse me, Dakota EO. Big night for Damage Control. both of you heading into semifinal matches for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Like Joseph
tournament.
says, I think they said like 90 minutes of
Run for
commercial
the
free.
title, with
What?
Kairi Sane being taken out, EOU replacing her. But
90
have you
minutes?
considered at all that it could be you guys one-on-one in the finals?
As for PFC attacking Kairi, that just goes to show that Shayna, Zoe, and Sonya don't have what it takes to beat Damage Control. That's why they have to resort to dirty tactics all the time. So I can't wait to personally knock Zoe out of this tournament. And as for the finals, it would be an honor to face you, Io. But as long as a member of Damage Control is the first ever women's Intercontinental champion, that's all that matters.
If it's me and Dakota in the finals, honestly, it would be great.
Yeah, it would be really cool
Well,
to see
tonight
that if we
you
did
faced
get Io
Lyra
and Dakota at the
Valkyria, someone who
finals.
you faced in many high-profile matches before. So how confident are you that you're going to head to the finals?
Lyra has my respect. One day she'll be champion, but tonight isn't her night. Tonight belongs to Damage Control. Yes. Let's do it. Yes.
I'm so excited
Sounds
to
like they're
see
both
Io and
excited for these
Lyra.
matches. Joe, Wade, back to you.
Thank you very much, Kathy. And anybody's thrilled with these semifinals.
All right, let me catch up with the
Really
super chats
good
in the
IC
meantime because I don't know when the
tournament.
next commercial
This
is.
Final Four,
Let me
and
see.
this
Sheldon
crowd
Jackson
here
says
in
Joe
Houston
Tessitore, Wade
raised
Barrett's last
over
Raw because next week is
14,000.
Pat
It is the
McAfee. And Michael's return to Raw, and you're right about that. Dude, I like, by the way, I've been liking Joe Tessitore. I think Joe Tessitore has been doing a good job, you guys. I like Joe Tessitore. The Champ 39 says, hey, Denise, love your channel. BTW, silly question. Is tonight live? Because recently there have been too many taped episodes. Yes, tonight is live for Champ 39. Thank you so much for asking, by the way, and for sending in this super chat. Hope you're having a good holiday season. We got Bailey Darley here who says, you think there will be any surprising Raw set? I hope so. You know, I like when the Raw, I like two things, right? I like when they do the small set so that you get more of the audience. And then I also like when they have more of like a design to the Raw set, because lately what they've been doing is those big like LED boards, and it's a very modern look, which is great because you want to look modern. But I love when there's like a little bit more detail in the actual set. It's just more memorable, you know? And like when I think back to like some of my favorite sets, like I always think about the one, I always think about the Backlash one with the little blades or whatever, like doing this whole thing. I think about the fist for SmackDown. I think about the oval one. I like the oval stage too. So like those ones really, really stand out. And I feel like you can find a way to be modern, but also, you know, not minimalistic, right? Like I am not a minimalist whatsoever, as you can tell based off of my set here. I'm a maximalist. I think that's the opposite. So, yeah, I like details and designs and things like that. Thank you so much, Bailey. We got Sven Big here who says, thanks for the watch along, Denise. All the best in the new year. Thank you so much, Sven, for being active like nonstop on all of these shows. Seriously, I always get very happy when you hop on. Thank you so much. We got Rafael Garcia who said, Drew said you are next. You are next. You're next. OMG, Drew is facing Goldberg at WrestleMania. I hate. Look, if we did see Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg, it would be really good in my opinion. I think Drew McIntyre will definitely take Goldberg to the limit and get whatever he can that is good out of Goldberg that he can get out of him. Drew McIntyre would, but I think we all are expecting for that person, for Goldberg's last opponent to be Gunther. Like they already teased it. They already teased us with that. They can't like not deliver on that. I need to see Gunther and Goldberg. Like that's where I'm at. Raphael, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Brandon Rosen who says we got more meat than a Brazilian steakhouse. Amazing. Thank you, Brandon. John Taylor also sends in a meat super chat. Thank you so much, John. All right, I'm going to pause on the super chat and watch the match. And then once we have a little of a second, I'll get back to them. Matt Logan says, Denise, no plans for New Year's Eve. I do actually. I'm throwing a party here at my house. And by a party, I mean a small family get-together. I like to say party, though, because it makes me sound cooler. But it's literally just me, my mom, my husband, and my siblings, which is my 3 brothers and my 1 sister. And we're just going to, like, cook and hang out and play games and, you know, that type of stuff. So very, very chill. But I say party so that everyone can think that I'm throwing some some sort of big blowout. It makes it sound way cooler than it is.
And it's showing her dissent.
All right, let's see if that should be good, by the way. Zoe's a really great wrestler. Dakota Kai has been, getting the ball rolling once again since she came back from her injury. So I think we have a potentially good match here.
The final piece of the puzzle was not there for her, and Io Sky was the recipient of that, who we're going to see later on in tonight's second semi-final.
Also, happy birthday to Anthony Rocco. He says he's spending his 56th birthday today watching me and the last Raw on USA. Happy birthday, Anthony. Guys, can you please wish Anthony a happy birthday on the chat?
Never in the history of the league.
Now we're doing picture-in-picture. All right. So there you go. We did get a commercial. So as looks like the first half hour, because we went 43 minutes with no commercials. All right. Let me catch up then on the super chats. We got Miktaru here who says, "Hey Denise, happy Monday. I missed 30 minutes of the show. What did I miss?" You didn't miss much, to be honest. You only missed a brief confrontation between Jay and the New Day. The New Day got booed. New Day sucks chance. They didn't say anything. Jay told them New Day sucks. That was kind of the end of that. And then you missed a Chad Gable Otis match. That was pretty fun, actually. But nothing too insane. Like, you didn't miss out on something so crazy. So that was really like the first couple of things. And then now we're here with Dakota and Zoe Stark, which just started. So you're doing okay. Bailey Darley says, "I'm hoping for Dakota to win the Intercontinental title." I love Dakota, but I'm rooting for Io Sky, guys. The second Io was put in this tournament, I was so happy because I wanted her in the tournament originally. And I was actually bummed when she wasn't in the tournament. So I was happy she got added. Sheldon Jackson says, "Chances we finally get British Strong Style on the main roster in WWE, since it seems like Trent Seven is on his way out of TNA." Dude, I don't know. I'm expecting to see a lot of TNA people like pop up in both AEW and WWE by next year, because from my understanding, there's a lot of people's contracts that are going up at the end of the year. So I feel like I'm, for the most part, expecting faces to pop up both in AEW and WWE at some point. That's just my prediction. Terrence Johnson here says, if it was Dakota who attacked Kyrie. I don't know. Did they say that? I don't think I saw that, right? Like, that hasn't been said, has it? Sorry, I'm just a little confused there for a second. Or is this a theory? Or did I miss this? Someone explain. I'm slow. All right, Terrence, thank you. Also, thank you so much, Sheldon and Bailey and Miktaru. John Taylor also says, "Huge respect for extending out the daily videos through January. Did you decide to continue them because you've seen a positive effect on your channel?" Yes, 100%, guys. I feel that doing daily videos has gotten people, how do I say this? I feel like it's built a stronger connection with me and with the viewers, everybody here. I feel like just having that consistent connection that's not via live streams has been very cool to see on the daily videos, because I see so many people that watch all of the videos. I read people's comments. I'm constantly responding, and I see so many of the same people, so many new people there too. I also like that it's brought in newer viewers too. Like, I feel like the different topics that I'm hitting on has helped reach different audiences that don't normally watch the videos that I normally create, like the live streams and things like that. Because everybody likes different types of content. Not everybody likes watch-alongs. Not everybody likes podcasts. Some people just have like a couple minutes to spare for a video. So everyone's consumption of content is so different. And so I felt like it helped me reach a lot of new people. We're also back here on Raw.
Great sellout.
And just overall, I think it's just so much better to do daily content. It's very hard. It's making me into a crazy person, but I'm going to try to stick it out and ride the wave as long as I can, especially since I'm really trying to hit that 200,000 mark. So, yeah, so hopefully it works out, and we'll see when I take a pause, though. But I'm going to keep it going for as much as I can handle keeping it going.
There's a difference between motivation and distraction and applying a winning strategy.
Thank you so much to John Taylor, by the way, for asking.
At the right time, Joe,
and then Terrence Johnson clarifies on Dakota attacking Kyrie, saying that it was a theory. Okay. I was confused. I was like, did I miss something? It's not a bad theory, though. But
winner will advance to the finals coming your way January 13th.
I don't know. I don't know because it doesn't feel like it makes too much sense because Dakota was already in the tournament. So I don't really know, but it's an interesting theory, Taryn. Thank you, Taryn.
And the Dakota kick from across the ring as she's in complete control and brings the big boot in. Hooks the leg to advance to the finals. The kick out by Stark.
Well, now frustration starting to build for Dakota Kai after this flurry of offense that was so crisp and perfectly executed. She has every right to feel disappointment that she's not through to the final. But that durability of Zoe Stark has come to the fore. And
nice.
What a turnaround from Stark. Explosive.
They're doing pretty. This is the match that I was expecting them to have here, honestly. Zoe and Dakota, like this is exactly the kind of action I was anticipating between them.
Shayna Baszler after this flipping exploder suplex there. And how on earth Dakota Kai managed to kick out of that one is beyond me. But now she's about to get ragdolled by Stark.
Stark has talked about all the momentum she felt she has, but now Kai turns things around in a kick out.
Oh, people are real. I think Dakota has to win this match, by the way. She just has to. I think this is her match to prove herself that she's back and she's ready to go. Like, this is the match to prove herself, really.
To making it through to the final than that count there, 2.99. And then Zoe Stark somehow kicked back into gear, and that opportunity to make it through is live.
The power of Stark,
nice.
And then the big kick right into the cover.
Zoe, she's so mad.
The word potential has been thrown around in WWE over the past couple of years. One of the first names to come to mind has to be Zoe Stark. Unbridled athleticism met with aggression. This is a woman who really could do it all.
Getting some good little heat, by the way. Crowd's a good crowd today, too. So, like, they're pretty invested in everything they're seeing. That's always nice.
Just getting out of the way before Kai was able to deliver.
Both women looking to win their first singles goal.
Oh, she got her. She got her. Come on, Dakota. This is all you, baby. Get it. Get it.
From Dakota,
I feel it. I feel the wind coming for her. Oh, nice. Oh. Okay. Here we go. This should be it. All right. Dakota advances. Yes. Good for her, man. Like I said, guys, she's had a lot of stop and go because of injuries and whatnot. So this is her opportunity now. Like, this is her opportunity to go green light, no more red lights, green light all the way for Dakota from here on out. But I still am rooting for Io Sky. I am rooting for Io Sky to win this tournament because I feel like Io Sky would really bring so much. Like, what a way. Imagine the first Women's Intercontinental Championship to be a wrestler like Io Sky. I feel like that's the way that it should kind of get started. But looking at this bracket, Dakota moves on and she will either face Lyra or Io Sky. Gotta be Io, guys. Gotta be Io. The story is there. It really, really is. And I don't think Lyra loses anything from like not winning the tournament. It's just the story is in another it's in another direction right now. And it's with Io and Dakota.
For this division.
Oh, interesting. Dakota also did the signal of the strap. Remember, Io Sky did it last week, by the way. And this week, Dakota did it. All right, let me read some super chats here. Well, I can. This is Bailey Darling who says, are you expecting a Becky return? For Netflix, I think so. Yes, I feel like she should be back. And I just can't imagine her not being on the Netflix premiere. Like, they're going to pull out all their stops for the Raw Netflix show. So I'm going to say yes.
Now, SmackDown's going to remain right here on USA. But next week, Raw will move to Netflix. And it's the action that has happened right here that has shaped history. Over 12.
Ooh, are they finally going to show like a montage video? Because I was waiting for that.
It has forever shaped sports entertainment. And with that, we celebrate with a look back at Monday Night Raw right here.
The montage video I asked for. Yes. All right, come on. Let's get emotional now. I was literally hoping they did this. I felt like they couldn't not do this. Oh, those are my favorite fireworks, by the way. The ones that come like this, down. Yay, X-Pac! Becky Lynch, the man. Oh my God, I remember that. Oh, I remember that too. Like, wait. Miss Charlotte too. The ring breaking. Edge and Christian. Kurt Angle, my favorite. DX. Yes, the greatest, and I mean greatest debut ever in pro wrestling, Chris Jericho's debut. This is the best debut in pro wrestling. Sorry, guys. Non-negotiable. This is wild. Angry Miss Girl. Lita, my hero for like the longest time. Big E cashing in. That was so awesome. Oh my gosh, the Shield. Oh, I remember it. The Judgment Day with Edge was not good. It was not good. Oh yeah, that fireball, the whole stints they did there. Eddie Guerrero, yes.
Everyone thinks the decision to return to WWE was difficult. It was not.
Oh, such epic moments, man. Wow. Yes. Applause. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. So good. That's it, guys. That was all I was waiting for. I'm good to go. See you guys next year. I just wanted to see the montage. It's so funny. Yes, Durrett agrees with me. The Y2K debut, Y2J debut was amazing. Yeah, with the Y2K theme, that was freaking awesome. Let's not remember the Thunderdome era Raw. Let's not remember that. Let's not remember that. We'll just forget about that. That's so funny. All right. John Cena. Oh, is this the first John Cena farewell commercial that they've aired? Or have they aired other ones? Because I usually don't pay attention to commercials, so I'm sorry.
But right now, there's major business to be settled by the Judgment Day.
Oh, it's the Judgment Day. I'm like, it's just the Judgment Day. Let me read some super chats. Let's see. Oh, hey, we got Steven C777 in the building who says, hey, Denise, it's been a minute and late to the stream, but you had a great Christmas. Hope you had a great Christmas. Life's crazy for me, but still had to show some love to my friends. Steven, it is so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And in a way, it's kind of good that life has been crazy in a way. I hope it's been good crazy, though, and not bad crazy. But I take crazy as a good thing, you know? When life is a little crazy, it's a little bit more entertaining. But I like to live. I try to, I like a fast-paced lifestyle, though. So, you know, I guess it depends on your definition of crazy. But thank you so much, Steven. Let me end this recording really quickly, guys. Sorry. There's a lot of stuff that I do on the back end of this. As I told you guys, I now have someone that cuts clips for me. Shout out to Christopher, who helps out with that. And let me mute this really quickly. All right. Let me see. We got Melissa Cabello here who says, hope everyone had the good new year. Stay safe. Happy 2025. Yes, guys, please stay safe. Of course, you know, New Year's is a big party holiday. So just be careful if you're driving home late and all of that. And, you know, just be extra careful with all of that. Thank you so much to Melissa Cabello for the very kind super chat. Okay, we got John Taylor here who says, I think it's like when a wrestler gets in the ring and wrestles as much as possible, it makes them better at their craft, just like you and YouTube. Yep, 100%. Practice makes better for absolutely everything, whether you're wrestling, creating videos, learning to play the guitar, trying to become a singer, whatever it is that you're doing, you always become better the more you do it. David Capelin, thank you, John. He says, David says, Happy New Year. Just wondering what was your favorite film of the year. Also, did you see The Substance? I wish you nothing but more success. Thank you so much, David. Favorite film of the year. What did I see this year? I don't think I watched that many movies this year. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I did. What came out this year that I would have definitely seen? because I feel like I'm confusing this year with last year. But I didn't really go to the movies that much this year. I feel like ever since COVID, I kind of stopped going to the movie theater as much as I used to. Like back in the day, there was one year where I went to the movies 42 times. To me, that's a lot, 42 times in 1 year. And then after COVID, I just stopped going. And instead, I just watch movies at home. Oh, you know what? I did go watch Blake Lively's movie, It Ends With Us. I watched that with my friend. I liked it. It was fine. I haven't watched Wicked yet. I watched a little bit of Deadpool and Wolverine because it's on Amazon. I watched that recently. And then, yes, I did watch the Eras Tour. I went 2 times to watch the Eras Tour in the theaters. Yeah, 2 times. I watched it in theaters 2 times. And then the actual tour 3 times. So I'm going to say the Eras Tour because I did watch that in theaters. David Kaplan, I wish I had a better answer for you. Great. Everyone's going to think all I do is watch wrestling. Damn. All right. We got Ryan Adams here who says, feels like Dakota wins the belt, Io wins the Rumble. We'll see. That feels like the hot prediction, but maybe Triple H will want to surprise us. You never know. Ryan, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Brandon Rosen who says, any bets on how much longer PFC will last? Yeah, I'm going to say they last a little bit longer. Give it like 6 more months, I think. Maybe. I feel like they're just going to have them be there, like existing. That's all I can say. We got Corey MacArthur. Thank you, Brandon. Corey MacArthur with a very generous super chat. He says, hello, Denise. I'm here with you in the DWO cruise tonight, ready for next week's Raw. Will you be there or will you be the Watchalong continues? 2024 has been a great year for the DW, already bigger for 2025. Okay, so just an update, everybody, for next week. I have been told that I will be in the press box next week for the Raw premiere. I've been told, however, I have not yet been confirmed. So I assume that I will be at Raw on Monday. And if I'm not, then I'll be here, of course. But if I am at the show, I won't be doing a watch along next week, but instead I will be doing a review post show. And then after that, I'll get back to the watch alongs the week after. And I don't know if Netflix is going to have like an issue with like rolling the audio. I truly don't know. So I'm going to try it. And if all is good, then I'll continue to do the watch alongs. But if they like, nah, F you can't do the watch-alongs, then I won't do the watch-alongs. So we'll see what happens. We'll have to play it by ear. But from my understanding, I will be at Raw next week. Sorry, guys. I just found out today, and it's been kind of a mission where I've had to, like, chase things down and figure out what's going on and all of that. So it hasn't been super easy to figure out what's going on. But for the most part, from my understanding, I will be there next week. And let me get the volume going back up. Also, I should note too, speaking of watch-alongs, I am doing a SmackDown watch-along for the first SmackDown of the year. And depending on how that goes, I might continue to do the SmackDown watch-alongs throughout the year. So keep an eye out for that too. Thank you, Corey. And we got the dead man of RWT, Paul Morales, who says, have you heard back from Netflix PR? Yes. And so that's basically what I was talking about right now, where I think I'm good, but I got to wait for my confirmation. Thank you, Paul.
It's a great reign. 175
right.
is a hell of a
We got a lot going on here today.
Successful is the key word. But the new tag
I love this. Bro, Ben Gurney's like, go have fun. I'll still be working, though, obviously. I always try to find ways to like work while I'm at the shows because you just have to, That's what you're there for, You got to go and work. You got to go and work, right? All right. Let's see. We're back here on Raw.
He doesn't feel a punch.
Let me start recording this second stream.
And their newfound friend increases the problem. So much big problem with Judgment Day.
Let me just I was telling you guys that I got a new editor for to help me out with my shorts, Chris. So I'm just gonna text them really quickly. Okay. Charles, Taylor Swift and Denise will win the women's tag titles in 2025. Let's just say that Taylor Swift did become a wrestler let's just say for fun. She she became a wrestler. First of all, I don't think I'd be her top pick for a tag team partner. Let's say I was her tag team partner. I would be so starstruck, I wouldn't move the entire time. I would just be like this. So I would probably be the worst tag team partner ever, which means she would have to carry the entire team. And so she probably would not want me as a tag team partner. And unless Taylor Swift would probably take on 2 people at the same time. So we'd probably still win the women's tag team titles, but you know. Charles, thank you so much for the laugh. Cody Santelos, you'd be her manager. Oh, I'd be the best manager for Taylor Swift. Once I got past being able to talk, I would be like her ultimate hype woman.
One by one, he dropped them, laying all of them out until the arrival of...
All right. By the way, if anybody here is new, please introduce yourself. If you're new here, please. Lawrence Ross, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, hi, Denise. That flashback was everything. Gave me the feels. They include so much talent. I told you. That's exactly what I was waiting for. I knew they had to do it. It's the end of an era, and you want to, acknowledge that. And they did that. I was really hoping they would play the montage, and they did. And it hit, and now I'm happy. And now I'm happy. I love those kinds of videos, because there's nothing better than just there's nothing better than just a bunch of clips of moments you've really enjoyed, or just like moments that like really stood out. So I thought they did a really good job with, showing a little bit of everything throughout the decades of, raw moments. That video could have been even longer, to be honest, but they got a good amount in a short period. Thank you so much, Lawrence Ross, for the super chat. Hope you're having a good holiday season as well. Well-rounded Leo, when someone attacks Taylor, you'll hulk up and clean the house. Bro, I really will hulk up. I'll be like, you dare you attack Taylor Swift? Hell no. It's so funny. It's so funny.
To the sword of the judge.
Alrighty. We got Damian Robinson, by the way, who's new here. Damian, welcome to the show. Hope you're having a good time. Let me see. Anybody else here that is new? Do not be shy, guys. Do not be shy. All right, we're watching War Raiders and Damian Priest, which I like how they look together. I mentioned this last week, but I think they look cool as a team. And what is it? And Judgment Day, that's right.
350 pounds crashing down.
Hey, we got Andrew Stevens, who's also new. Nice to meet everybody. He says, Andrew, thank you so much for giving my watch-along a chance, honestly. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for hopping on in. Also, thank you so much to the kind comment here from Diego Lovato. Thank you for your kindness, man, and for hopping onto the stream, too. We got Carlos V in the building, too.
In Boston when they did it in front of family and friends.
Paul says, if you don't get 100 confirmation by Friday, we got an extra ticket in the nosebleed section. I'm pretty sure the press box, I've never been to Intuit Dome, guys. So I don't know what Intuit Dome is like. I don't know where the press boxes are, but usually the press boxes are at the top too. So I'll probably be in the nosebleed. But it's okay, I'm used to it. That's usually where all the press boxes are at. But yeah, it's usually very fun though. Very, very fun. Paul, thank you so much for the super chat. John Taylor says, spend big and a half, put our big brains together, and you can be Taylor Swift's vice president. We'll run your campaign. They're going to be like, Denise, what causes are really important to you? I don't know, the good ones. Worst VP ever. John, thank you so much.
Just draped all over our announced
Salcedo. Love it.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess.
Oh, we're back on commercial breaks. Alrighty, everyone. Finally, we can start some games. I'm caught up with super chats. I'm caught up with everything. Johnny T says, New York greetings. What's up, Johnny T? All right, let's go ahead and get into some games. Let's do this. All right, so guess the wrestler once again. And this time it's Instagram photos that took place throughout the year of 2024. So like this isn't just based off of 1 week. It's all of 2024 Instagram photos. Let's see how you guys do in trying to figure out who the wrestler is. Good luck. Here we go. Let's do this one. Let's start here. Who is this? If you're new here to the channel, by the way, we do this a lot. we do this a lot. Maria, thank you so much for the kind comment. I think I bought this at Forever 21, my necklace. If your answer is KO, it is not KO. It is not Grayson Waller. It is not KO, and it is not Grayson Waller. Oh, somebody got it. It was Desi Baby. Desi Baby got it. It is Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, believe it or not, Dominic Mysterio here with a little koala. Very cute picture, honestly. That must have been very, very fun. I've always wanted to carry my own koala, so I'm low-key really jealous of Dominic Mysterio here. So cute, the little koala. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next one. I feel like this one should be easy. All right, here we go. Who is this? I feel like you got to recognize those knees anywhere. And we call this game The Knees. Whose knees are they? That's the name of the game. The Knees. And yep, somebody got the answer. Zune Popular. He recognized The Knees. And that is CM Punk. So good job there. Good job. Zune Popular. All right. Let's keep it going. Actually, we might be back to Raw for a bit. So let me give some more people shout outs. Who else got CM Punk's knees? Andrew Tam also got it. Tiger Claw Gaming. Bailey Darley. Carlos V. Andrew Stevens. Jay Moscow. Andrea Price. Sean also got it. Shout out to Ryan Powell, who's here. Hello, Ryan Powell. Raphael Smith also got it. And Emily M. and Ryan Powell, too. Good stuff there. All right, we're back on Raw. We'll continue the game afterwards.
Look at this crowd.
Big G says, I remember this game from Fizzlemania. Yeah. Denise.
Monday Night Raw, since its inception, Monday Night Raw has been on cable TV for 32 years, 1,649 episodes on cable TV, and Netflix. Raw debuts on Netflix.
What Joe Tessitore just said, Raw on network TV for 32 years. Literally my entire life. Literally my entire life, Raw has been going on Netflix. I mean, not on Netflix, on cable, on network TV. On Netflix. Wrong show, Denise, wrong show.
The Judgment Day. Remember, they took the championship from JD and Finn just 2 weeks ago. And now Dirty Dom joining forces as desperate for that tag is Eric.
Yeah, Eric is taking a hell of a lot of abuse and how small.
Ryan Sully's like 32 years on Netflix. Congratulations, guys. You are now in the year like 2055.
As we said, Finn Balor was the chief conspirator in that, but this is
Wayne says hard to believe 32 years. Wow. Yeah. Wild.
Ivar in their cleaning house.
A fresh and explosive Ivar cleaning house.
Well, a veteran.
Jose Garcia says we need Mauro Ranallo on Raw again. I always miss Mauro. I think he's so talented. So talented.
Into this matchup in a rampaging Ivar.
I know some people thought that he was like too much, but personally I like that. I like people with high energy on the shows because they make the shows more exciting. You know, they make the product feel more exciting.
350 pounds.
Oh no, Ivar went straight into those ropes. Crotch first.
Tried that missile strike in the corner. Finn Balor just had too much left in the tank, and now it is Ivar who needs the pin.
We got Larice Johnson who says he's been watching Raw since 2002. Good stuff, man. I started watching Raw like 99 was probably when I started.
Came to the raid back on December 16th when the War Raiders defeated the Judgment Day.
So crazy. How did this time just flew by? Just flew by. Kind of scary. We got Ryan Powell says he's been watching since 2010. Joseph Boza says 98, 99. Yeah, pretty much around the same. Joseph Boza and I are twins here. Brandon Rosen says he's been watching Raw regularly since 1997. We got Lou S, who's been watching since 1998. Jay Moscow has been watching since 1998. I love it. A lot of people around the same time period as me. That's great. That makes a lot of sense. I see my YouTube analytics. I'm like, and it gives me like that kind of information. Jose Garcia says he watched the first episode in 93. Leo 99. Diego started watching in 2006. Love it. Oh, that was actually really nice moves out there by JD McDonough.
Taking out Eric.
Oh, my crossbody into the barrier.
Jose Garcia was 10 years old. Love it. Jason's been watching since 1993. Charles, 1997 to 2000, and then 2023.
Trying to go razor's edge, but Dirty Dom able to counter.
Nose first into the mat goes Priest, but it's going to take more. There it is.
At least they kept this match brief, guys. Like, I really wasn't too excited about it, to be honest, but they kept it brief. What more? I can't complain. They kept it brief.
And the World Tag Team Champions.
We got Bailey Darley here who says, I suck at social media, but I'll be here every stream video. My favorite Raw moment is after Mania. Raw after Mania is always very fun. Minus the one right after WrestleMania 39. That was like the only really bad one. And I was there for that, guys. Yeah, it was wild. But it was wild because everybody was just like, what's happening here? But all the other Raw after Manias, for the most part, have hit. Thank you, Bailey, for the super chat. Muhammad's been watching since 2012. Mutaru got into it in the late 90s and later on since 2008. Big G's been watching since 1997. Kevin Cabeza started in 2004. Dr. J. Merritt said since the beginning. Let's see who else. Charles here says watch Raw since the beginning. CC Funk since the very first show. Damien's been watching Raw since 2008. Rated TVMA Lewis says I don't remember when I started, probably around 99. Tracy also from the beginning. El Guapo says 1992 for me. Hey, don't be ashamed, bro. Great.
Solo out of the building and personally escorted Drew McIntyre out of my arena. You still want to fight, right? Next week, live on Netflix, Monday Night Raw. How about you and Drew?
You and Drew. That's how Adam Pearce sounded. Drew and Drew. Drew and Drew. All right, I'm so stupid. All right, let me I'm so dumb. All right, let me see what else we got here. I'm ready to we're not on commercial break. Wow.
Then what will top it?
Every time they put the little Netflix thing, I keep thinking we're going to commercial break, and I pause and I think we're in commercial. Wow.
Seth Rollins is coiled up and spoiled.
Let's see.
Long-standing history with Punk. They're in the building. We will hear from them, and then they'll be in the ring for the Raw premiere on Netflix.
Oh, there's the Penta promo. Oh, yes, guys. Yes. Love it. I'm so excited. Please. I really hope he comes out on I really hope he comes out in the we call it oh my gosh. The Netflix premiere. I really hope he comes out there. It'd be so fun. Alrighty, everyone. Let's go ahead and go back to the game. And here we go. Let's see if you guys can figure out who this person is. Ooh, this one should be a little tough. Who is this? Like, you're going to think you know, but you don't know. I'll wait for your answers. All right. Let me see. Has anybody got it here? It's not Andrade. I had a feeling everybody would think it's La Andrade, but it's not Andrade. It's not Ludwig. It's not Barrett. It's not Aldis. It's not Cody. It's not Adam Pearce. It's not Max Dupree. It's not Santos. It's not Nick Aldis. It's not Chad. It's not Omos. It's not Andrade. It's not Wade. It's not Ludwig. Nobody's got it yet. Nobody's got it. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds, and if not, then I'll give you guys a hint. It's not The Miz. It's not Gunther. It's not Nick Nemeth. It's somebody that is currently with WWE. It's not Ray, not LA Knights. It's not Santos, not Cody, not Seth. It's not one of the Creeds. Ooh, good. This one's hard. This one is hard. It's not Randy. It's not Braun Breaker. Corey Wagner says it's Otis. It's not Otis. It's not Wade. It's not Theory. Not Triple H. Not Angel. Not Robert Stone. Not Grayson Waller. Not Andrade. Not Roman. Good. This one's really hard. Wait, I think somebody got it. Somebody got it. Here we go. Diego Lovato. He got the answer. The answer we were looking for, everybody, is Ilya Dragunov. Yes, that is I knew this one was going to be hard. I knew everybody was going to put Andrade because this is so Andrade coded right here. But no, Ilya Dragunov. Good stuff, Diego. M. Tourette's like it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. All right, let's keep this going. Let me do another one. Here's an easy one. You guys got to get this one. Come on, you got to get this one. I know it's not Britney Spears, although I would think it's Britney Spears for sure, but it's not Britney Spears. It's somebody from the Fed, but whom? It's not Bianca. Yep, somebody got it. Where'd you go? Seth Ryder. Seth Ryder was on it. He was like, I got this. Everybody stand back. The answer we're looking for is Tiffany Stratton. I figured that one would be easy. Pink and a cute little belly button piercing. Totally Tiffany Stratton for sure. All righty. Let me delete these. All right. And we may or may not have time for another one. All right. I might have time for another one. Let me do an easy one. I don't think I have any easy ones. Oh no. All right, let me do this one. Hold on, let me see if Raw comes back after this commercial. Yeah, Raw's back. All right, I'll wait till the next commercial.
Back this June 20th to 22nd at the Javits Center in New York. Fanatics Fest NYC, the ultimate destination for sports fans and collectors. It brings the world's largest.
Hey, we got CZV Wrestling that says hi. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Thank you so much for hopping on in. We got Jonathan here. Thank you to Jonathan. He's coming in. We got Idol's Corner, RM Trasta. We've seen a lot of new people on here, guys. Thank you so much for giving my Watchalong a chance. Here's Ludwig Kaiser.
He's taken on massive challenges lately.
Vince says, Denise, how long have you had this necklace for? A couple months, actually. It's been a couple of months. I got this necklace a while back.
Most recent attempt, the IC title, just a couple weeks ago.
Thank you so much, Luis. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself on here. All right, let's see what Ludwig has to say.
Gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for Ludwig Kaiser.
Thank you so much for the kind comment too, Harold Robinson. Thank you so much. Hey, we got Sarah. Sarah's in the building. Thank you so much for hopping on in, Sarah.
WWE Universe knows that Ludwig Kaiser belongs at the
and guys, the leaked, the quote-unquote leaked Royal Rumble thing, it's fake. Fake, guys, fake.
Because
do not believe it.
Is A+ everything. Ludwig Kaiser is European elegance.
European elegance.
Demands
he honestly does have those vibes, though. He has international vibes.
Right now, brings his Intercontinental Championship.
I think European
it's Sheamus.
to get a European.
Did they change his song? For whatever reason, it sounded different to me, and I didn't recognize it for a split second.
The Celtic Warrior is back, Wade.
You want it, Braun Breaker? You may have got something far, far worse, Ludwig Kaiser.
All right, there's Sheamus running in. Sheamus and Ludwig. They do well together, so I like this.
Attack by Kaiser.
Right? Thank you, Sven Vegas. That sounds more drummy. Thank you, right? It sounds different.
About 6 weeks of
Yeah.
anger. While those damaged ribs were receiving treatment, healing up.
Yeah, he has been out of action, but he's right back to give it to Kaiser. Look at this from Sheamus.
Oh, Kaiser to the eyeballs.
Oh, just gouging at those eyes.
How small was that a Kaiser?
Nice. Brutal knee to the
Briefly get
face.
Sheamus to lift up those hands, expose the ribs. That was the tactics of Kaiser. But Sheamus is simply too tough.
And a knee to the dome. Sheamus is just a man possessed right now, seeking revenge. And the sellout crowd knows exactly what they want to see.
Oh, God. He just wiped him out.
European elegance.
European elegance. I'm not over that. European elegance is really funny. He's got to stick with that. He definitely has to stick with calling himself that.
Kaiser may well have bitten off more than he can chew once again.
That had to feel great for Sheamus.
Tara says, give this man the IC title at WrestleMania over Riot. I'm assuming you're talking about Sheamus. Yeah. Everybody's still sort of waiting for him to like check that off.
And next time, I know you'll whoop his ass.
I love that Rey Mysterio's always giving people pep talks. I wish Rey would give me one.
Is that Rey Mysterio, locker room leader, giving some advice like a locker room leader would? What, you gave him a little a shoulder to cry on? Is that it?
Nah, not here, not having it. Why don't you two back off and take your BS somewhere else?
Oh, BS or what? Or what? You're gonna have your crew jump us? Is that what a locker room leader would do? Well, what you gonna do?
Teach you some manners about locker room leader. Part of being a leader is stepping up and shutting up any egos that need to get checked. So if you two are feeling froggy and want to jump, two of us will jump and we'll have ourselves a match.
Ooh, do Rey and Dragon Lee versus Kofi and Xavier.
So obviously, Rey, you'll be in it. And what? You pick one of your Rey Mysterio cosplaying cronies behind you to be next to you? We got what? Mask guy, hat guy, no hat guy.
Maybe even this little kid with the 12-inch boots on.
Shut up, Rey.
You know what, Rey?
It's all good.
We accept the challenge. We'll see you soon. Hasta luego.
I was wondering what they were going to go with there, but they didn't say who is teaming with Rey to go up against Kofi and Xavier, but it should be Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee should definitely be it.
The following is a
Oh, yes, it's time. Yes, yes. I was waiting for this. Io and Lyra.
Making her way to the ring.
BTW Lyra told me that her bucket list dream in WWE is to do a 1-hour Iron Woman match. And when I asked her who that other woman she would like to be across the ring from her if she were to get an opportunity like that, she said Io Sky, of course, because they have great chemistry together, great chemistry together.
Keeps taking opportunity, and another title opportunity has opened its way up right here. It's our next semifinals for the IC Championship Tournament coming up.
All right, we're going to a commercial break, though. In the meantime, before I get to the games, just a friendly reminder, guys, if you haven't already, I don't know how many of you guys follow me on Instagram, but we got Chris here, by the way, who's shout out to Christopher, everybody who's doing clips for me. He's working really hard behind the scenes to get these clips up on my page. If you guys can go and check out the last two little clips that Chris posted, these two here, go smack the like button on them or something so that this page can grow a little faster. So it would be really cool if you guys did. He posted one about the New Day sucks, and then he posted another one of Raquel asking to send a message to Liv. So he's working really hard behind the scenes. So if you guys can please go give some likes on that, that would be phenomenal. It definitely is a lot of work to do all of these clips and whatnot. So please show some love on the page. And Sarah says Kahoot was fun yesterday. That reminds me, everybody, the next Kahoot game is this Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's the AEW Trivia for 2024. So that is Thursday, January 2nd at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you missed the WWE one and you just happen to also be an AEW fan, I am going to be doing 2024 AEW Trivia on that date. The stream is already up and locked and loaded, so it is happening. Thank you so much, Jose Garcia, who just started following you on Instagram. Thank you so much for doing that. Seriously. Cody Santello says, smack it where? Look, just give it a nice little tap, all right? A nice little love tap or something. It'd be really, really great. Really, really great. Cody, thank you. All right. Thank you so much, Bailey, who just says like the Instagram. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and get into the Guess the Wrestler. Here we go. Remember, these are Instagram photos throughout the year. And some of these are not as obvious as you might think, okay? Some of these may not be that obvious. Who is this? Bailey Darley, thank you so much. I just saw you. I just saw your what do you call it? Your little like on here. Thank you so much. That just popped up. Thank you. All right, it's not Seth Rollins, guys. I knew everybody was going to think it was Seth Rollins. That's why I said it's not always who you think it's going to be. Not Seth Rollins. It's not Kit Wilson. It's not The Miz. It's not Cody. It's not Beetlejuice. It's not Becky. It's not Cody. It's not Andrade. It's not Gunther. It's not Oba. It's not Waller. It's not Seth. Someone got it. Here we go. Someone got it. The answer we were looking for, Brandon Rosen. Good job, man. The answer we were looking for is Kofi Kingston. And this is from the photo where they took the picture with Drew Barrymore, who is absolutely phenomenal. I love her show, by the way. If you've never seen it, it's so fun. But thank you so much to Brandon for getting that. And thank you, Louis, who says, I just liked as many instances as I could. Yes. Thank you so much. Spam me all you want, please. All right, let's do the next one. Oh, crap, I forgot. Oh, yeah. Who's this? I almost forgot the answer. Oh, we're back on Raw. So let me see if anybody can get it before Raw.
Historic episode of Raw right here on USA.
If anybody can get this one before Raw, that would be great. If not, then I'll just continue it during the next commercial break.
And now Raw will be
it's not Gunther.
Next week, SmackDown will
Thank you so much to Mike C for also slapping some likes over on the Instagram page. Yep, somebody got it. Good job, Don the Visionary. Ludwig Kaiser is the answer. How did you get that, bro? I thought it'd be a little harder. Because like of these colors of the photo, I thought it would have made it a little harder. Yes, the answer is Ludwig Kaiser, and that is the original image. Good job, Don.
I love all the kids.
Pat yourself on the back, bro. Pat yourself on the back. All right, I'll continue the game in the next commercial. And in the meantime, we got some young Krishna here, who says you're the best wrestling content creator this year. It's very tough out there, guys. It's very tough out there to stand out as a wrestling content creator, because there are so many amazing ones. We'll be joined by one later on today. As you guys know, each and every single Raw post show is now me and Santi here on the channel. He'll be joining me as soon as the show is over, a couple minutes afterwards. It's always a good time. We just hang out, talk about Raw. Good vibes across the board, guys. So yeah, thank you so much, Kayan.
And friendship pays.
Thank you so much to Delayed Grats. He says just followed you on Instagram. Jose Garcia says just liked a bunch of videos on Instagram. Thank you so much. Thank you.
With a sensational win against Zoe Stark, and now we will find out who will make it to the January 13th finals on Raw in San Jose, California. Will we have an all damage control finals? If
he just uploaded another video, guys, the montage video. You can slap a like on that one too.
Earlier tonight, ahead of the Dakota Kai's match, they made it very clear.
All right, but now let's watch this match.
All damage control finally. It has to be said.
Here we go. This should be fun.
On resume alone has to be the favorite
Oh,
in this matchup.
Lyra
She's
added
the
some
only
blue
superstar in this
highlights
tournament
in
at
her
this
hair.
point
I don't
who
think
has
she's always
previously
had that,
won
has she?
singles
It looks
championships on
new.
Raw, SmackDown. She's pretty much done it all around the world, whereas Lyra Valkyria still on the rise.
We had a great visit with Lyra earlier today, who told us she does have confidence. Now, this is another matchup with Io. Io is 2-1 against her, but considering the stakes of when she's been in tournament competition, because it was a victory in the quarterfinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament.
I was just waiting for Joe Tessitore to mention that little fact.
Beautiful. Do
Beautiful.
it in the biggest moments, but
I love when Io does those like
recently we
backflips
had
and
the
stuff.
'1 contenders battle royal tournament. For the
Luis
Women's
A
World
says tough call because
Championship.
I love them both. They're both great, but it's
Won by
definitely
Io
Io's
Sky,
to win
last
for
woman
sure.
she eliminated.
Because it would be a fun little
Lyra
finals match
Valkyria. So
between
there's
her and
quite a
Dakota, given
burgeoning
that they're
rivalry
friends.
going on between these two.
Thank you so much to Mike. Steve says just commented on the
Toyota
Instagram
Center
and the
is
last 3
Dakota Kai.
videos. Thank you
After
so
winning
much.
Zoe Stark
Also,
earlier
Luis
tonight,
Arturo
and now
Mendez
she
just like
scouts.
2 recent
She
posts.
watches to see who she will
Thank
be
you,
facing
thank you.
in the finals to claim the first Women's Intercontinental Championship.
It was a very interesting development there as the
Oh,
was looking
that's
on
cool.
the
Wait,
knee of
I was
Io
looking at
Sky.
that.
Seemed to take some damage from
I
that.
love it every time she does this, guys.
Has
This
now
swing.
produced this
Yes,
torturous and
love it. They do it in
creative
all of their
hold
matches,
that
and
has hurt
every
in
single
just
time
about
it's hella
every
impressive.
joint on the body of the genius of the Sky.
Can't even imagine.
It's always a
what
cool
that
little
feels
spot
like to be
there.
stretched out and then swinging with all your body weight working against you. You mentioned the knees, and now look at this from Lyra.
Ooh.
How smart is Lyra Valkyria when you get a weakness
Going
on somebody
after
as
these knees of
talented
Io.
as Io Sky? Make sure you get all over it.
Oh, right.
Damn, she's.
And this match
Oh
is
my gosh, the
not
way
going
Io sold
way
for that.
Many people would have expected. I was expecting hot right out of the gates. Io Sky to start dominating. Just shows you really how talented Lyra Valkyria is.
Valkyria off to a very good start against Io Sky.
These are two quite well-matched women, both high flyers, both technicians. Just the resume of Io Sky is a little bit larger than that of Valkyria at this point in their career, but nice dragon screw off the top.
Thank you, delayed gratis. I'm not even watching Raw, just this watch along. That's incredible. Thank you for hopping on. Oh, we're going to commercial. All right, guys, we're in commercial break now. We got Bailey Darley here who says, if you were a wrestler, who would you face for WWE and AEW? Well, obviously, if I was a wrestler, I would definitely face Will Ospreay in AEW. And in WWE, I would say Gunther, because I would want to know what it feels like to get chopped by Gunther. So yeah, Gunther. And Will Ospreay to see if I can keep up with him. I'm like, if I was a wrestler, hopefully I'd be good enough to be in the ring with both of those guys. But Bailey, thank you so much for the fun alternative question. All right, in the meantime, let's see what else we got here. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of these games here. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. Let's do this one. This one's kind of funny. Who is this? Let's see if you guys can get this one. Carlos B's like, Dakota needs binoculars. For real, she's out there sitting all the way in the top. Thank you, Mike, who enjoyed my interview with Mina and Brian. You guys can check those out. Those went up this month here. Oh my God, Jay Grouse. We have beef now. He says Denise would be in Chase U. No. Oh, how could you do that to me? Oh, no. Oh, it's terrible. All right. And it looks like everybody kind of got this one figured out. Jay Moscow got it. Larice Johnson, Steven, William. The answer we're looking for here is Braun Strowman. Everybody recognized Braun. William got that one. Who else? Raphael Smith. Cody Santella's like he's got the fanny pack. Oh, no. Yeah. Wrestlers and fanny packs, guys. They don't just got hand sanitizer in there, you know? You just never know. Well, obviously, back in the day, you know? I'm going to move past the subject. All right. Who is this? I think this one might be a little harder than you guys might anticipate. Thank you so much, Sarah. She says, just followed on Instagram and smash likes all around. Thank you so freaking much for doing that. I'm trying. My goal is to hit 200K on Instagram by the end of next year. Okay, so it's not Seth Rollins. It's not Andrade. It's not Pete Dunne. It's not Andrade. Ooh, this one's going to be a little tough, I think. No, wait, never mind. Somebody got it. Martin Rahill, Angel Garza. Bro, I didn't think anybody was going to get this one because, you know, he's not really often on TV. So I didn't think people would get this one. But there you guys go. Yes, the answer is Angel Garza. Good job, Martin. Hell yeah. All right. Let me see. Where are we at? We're still on the picture-in-picture here, but I think Raw's coming back soon. But in the meantime, let's see if you guys can figure this one out. If you can recognize this person's feet. I was laughing so hard when I screenshotted this. Not even gonna lie. Also, we're back on Raw.
Great scene.
I'll just wait till somebody gets it.
Sold out Toyota Center, 14,636 as we take you from the luxury suite level, sweeping down.
It'd be so funny if you can write. If anybody gets this, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Of our semifinal action.
It's not Seth. It's not Kit Wilson.
Tournament. There's Dakota Kai, who earlier tonight defeated Zoe Stark to make it to the
Austin
finals
Theory.
to see who will be crowned the first women's Intercontinental Championship. And right now, it's Io Sky looking to rally against Lyra Valkyria, and she's doing it on a damaged left knee.
No one's got it yet, Prince. Maxine. Gunther, Don the Visionary got it. Good job. The answer is Gunther. Oh my gosh, Don, you win. Seriously, that was great. All right, good. Now you can take the image off the screen.
Oh, missile drop kick.
It's so funny.
Genius of the sky.
Johnny T's like not appealing.
Into the cover to advance.
That's why I was laughing so hard when I screenshotted that. I was like, let me switch it up here. Let me give people feet. But Gunther's feet.
From Dublin, who slowly, for all her advancement in the early goings.
Oh, here we go. Io's going to the top.
Serious jeopardy.
And Lyra quick to get up and deny that opportunity from Io. Most recently was fighting for the Women's World Championship.
And I'll tell you, Joe, at the best of times, both of these women do not want to quit.
Sarah's like, Gunther's got them legs. This got nice legs.
Want to win gold, even more so when history
Shout out
is on the
to
line
Gunther.
to become the first ever women's Intercontinental champ, or at least progress through to the final.
Io trying to slither out of this opportunity, and she does, reversing course. But Lyra escapes as well, and then
nice drop kick.
Shotgun drop kick, just slamming Io into the corner.
The sickening whiplash on the back of the neck of Io Sky, and Lyra Valkyria may have this one. Tornado DDT maintains the hold when they grab it, turns it in to a suplex, and Sky may be done.
Hooking the leg to advance for the upset, but the kick out from the veteran Io Sky. Our women's champion as Dakota Kai looks on, hoping for an all damage control final.
Lyra's a good wrestler, by the way. I think everybody kind of knows that already, though.
She knows that volley of offense puts everyone away. Io Sky just felt a little bit different. You've got to raise your game to a whole new level, Valkyria, if you're going to pull something off tonight.
O'Connor roll.
She just like flipped her. I love that. Love that. Oh, that's cool.
Landing on the back of the head and neck of
Durette's like little Io is so strong. She is so good. Yeah, so good. Still the Pickle says, I'm convinced Lyra is going to win this. No, it's going to be Io, guys. It's got to be Io.
All of a sudden, momentum in the hands of Io.
Ooh, nice spinning heel kick.
Spinning heel kick to the temple of the Genius of the Sky.
Straight into the cover, hooks the legs to make the finals, and Io survives it. A reminder, Seth Rollins, CM Punk there.
2 counts.
A week away.
All right, we got, let's see what else we got here.
When those two will headline things in LA, but for right
Thank you so much, Lewis. Thank you. Yes, for these live streams, you got to really keep your energy up, but I feel like I've gotten used to it. In fact, I feel like doing the watch-alongs makes me less tired for the reviews than if I wasn't doing a watch-along and just doing the review, because when I do the review, I start to chill a little bit. Although I do keep focus when I like tweet and stuff. I don't tweet during the watch-alongs though, because it's too much multitasking. I should probably have someone tweet on my behalf though. Just like, oh, Oh, that was nasty. Damn. I was gonna say I should have someone tweet on my behalf, just be like listening to what I say and just like tweet it out. Wow, that was great though. That was so good. I need a replay of that. These girls are brutal. They work so well together. See, I told you guys. I knew this match was gonna be fun. Their last matches were fire too. They wrestled each other like 2 times already on Raw, I think. For sure, one was in the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, and then they had a rematch not too long after, and then I think this match here. So this should be the 3rd, I think. Beautiful moonsault.
This audience losing their minds, and now
see, like, this is what's gonna get Lyra over. Like, just keeping her in matches, man.
Remember, that left knee was worked on by Lyra. Meteora comes in, crashing home. Io Sky seemingly
oh, there she goes. She just stepped on her. Going for that moonsault again. I don't know. I think Lyra might move or get the knees up. I think she's moving or getting the knees up. She moved. I sensed it. I was like, nah, she's not going to get it here.
That left knee after Lyra got out of the way.
Valkyria with just about enough left in the
God.
tank to get out of the way of that moonsault.
Oh, is she gonna get it there? No. Oh, that's nice. Oh my God! What? 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 Oh shit! I thought what? Oh my God! I thought it was gonna be Io. Oh, wow. So it's going to be Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria. Oh, my God. I think Lyra might win this tournament. Now I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know who might win this tournament anymore. I was so sure that it was going to be Io Sky. Wow. Okay, because Lyra came really close when she was in the Queen of the Ring. And so, wow. The Pickle, you were right, bro. Your feeling, your gut feeling was spot on. Oh shit, that's great. I'm so happy for Lyra. I was just telling you guys what a great wrestler she is, and wow, I'm honestly a little surprised though. I really am. I really thought it was going to be Io. That's so great. Oh my God. All right, let me get everyone's reactions to this. Let me also pause this recording, and I'm going to start a new one. Hold on a second. Oh, we got a new Raw promo? First one. Oh, okay.
That over fire. I earned it.
Let's see.
Because I was the man to leave this family.
All right, 1 second. All right, let's see what everyone's saying here. Larice Johnson's like, I predicted it. Daniel's like, it's going to be Dakota versus Lyra. Lewis is like, what? Rally Cap says, damn. Larice Johnson says the fans are in shock. KJ says, OMG. Raphael Smith says, I am shocked. And like I said, Till Pickle was on it. DJ's like, Lyra. Zeno Hours like, told you Lyra was winning. Tremaine Young's like, Denise, I'm sorry you were wrong. CC Funk says, boo. Wayne says, wow. Sean says, knew it. They love Lyra. Steven C says, Lyra, wow. Jay Moss is saying, Lyra got the pin. Spen Big says, yes. Let's see who else is. Let me scroll through these and see people's reactions here. We got RM Trasta who says, wow. Mike C says they telegraphed this and told us it was Dakota and Lyra with the video packages when the tournament started. Let's see who else. Tracy WV says that match was amazing. CT Funk says that whole match was out. Carlos V says Io, in my opinion, is above the Intercontinental title. Well, it's hard to say, right? Because it's, going to be the inaugural champion. I don't think she's above it. I think she would have been great for it. We got Johnny T here who says stunned. Let's see. Tom Milligan says maybe this could be how they bring back Becky. Good point, Tom, because if you recall, that's what Lyra was doing beforehand when she was before Becky left. Like, they kept having those little backstage moments between Lyra and Becky. So yeah, you might be onto something there, Tom. Let's see what else we got. We got Spend Big, who says Lyra was my pick, is my pick to win it. Johnny says now Dakota doesn't have to turn heel on EO. Yeah, that's true. Because I'm like, okay, it's like right there written on the walls for us to see Dakota and EO, right? Wow. We got Matt Logan, who says excellent finish. Andrew Stevens says stunned, big W for Lyra. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. RM Chasta says, what a match. Taylor Cannon says, EO is incredible. Congratulations to Lyra. Good stuff, man. Let me catch up on these super chats and then I'll get back to the game. We have, let me see. Kayan says, sadly, you missed 200K. Rooting for you to hit it in January. I know it was too much of a reach, guys. I tried. The effort was made, but hopefully it happens in the end of January. That's my new goal for 200K. Sampai Boone says, I think next week on Raw, Penta El Cero Miedo will help Jey Uso to beat Drew McIntyre because I want to see Drew McIntyre have a match with Penta. Hey, look, I want to see that happen too, but I don't know if that's where they're going to put Penta in all of this. I almost kind of had like a little bit of a feeling that maybe Penta might team up with Rey Mysterio to take on Kofi and Xavier. I had a little bit of that feeling going. Maybe that can happen, but who knows? As I would love to see Drew McIntyre versus Penta, though, but I want to see Penta versus everybody. So there's that too. Sampai Boom, thank you so much for the generous super chat. We got Bailey Darley here who says, I would like the opposite of the U.S. title where both Lyra and Dakota win the title in their feud. Yeah, no, it's got to be like the one person, the one person who gets that U.S. title, but I'm sorry, the Intercontinental title. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm so shocked. I'm literally so shocked that Lyra just defeated EO because now I'm really torn. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know if it's going to be Lyra or if it's going to be Dakota. So I will have a decision made by the time I get into the post show with Santi. Bailey, thank you so much for the super chat. Alrighty, in the meantime, guys, we are back here to the games, and let's go ahead and see what we got. I only got 2 more, so I'll just roll them. Here we go. Let's do this one. Who is this? Let's see if y'all can guess it. All right. Has anybody got it so far? Hey, Willie Teague. Willie Teague just became a brand new member of the DWO. Thank you so much, Willie Teague. I appreciate you, man. Hell yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay, let me look here. It's not Rhea. It's not Drew. It's not Braun. It's not Theory. It's not Jordan. It's not Grace. It's not Theory. It's not Braun. It's not Cody. It's not Theory. It's not Waller. It's not Braun. No one's got it yet. It's not The Miz. It's not Brutus. I'll give you guys a hint. You guys thought that it was this person earlier in other ones that you guys were trying to guess. So you guys guessed this person, but in other ones. Oh no, Buckle says Santi's stream went down. What? I hope he's all right. I need him for tonight. Oh my God, I need him for tonight. All right. Oh, Andrade. There we go. Ray Bevis got it. Yo, what's up? That was the answer. Andrade and Charlotte here at the Disney Channel. Oh my gosh, the Disney Castle. I'm a Disney Channel girl, everybody. So the Disney Channel is always on my mind. Ray Bevis, thank you so much for getting that. And we are now back on Raw.
Raw on Netflix debut.
Houston! Welcome to Monday Night.
All right, we're back here on Raw. And here's Wedding Gifts, Seth Rollins.
I am your host.
That's his new name. Wedding Gifts, Seth Rollins.
I am a revolutionary. I am Seth. Tonight,
so
right here, last episode of Monday Night Raw.
Says, thanks for having the volume up. I try, guys. I try.
Episode of Monday Night Raw on the USA Network. What do you say? we go out with a bang. One week from tonight, the biggest fight in our
Shout out to Chris, guys, my editor, who just told me I wasn't recording on my other stream.
Versus the visionary,
Like I said, there's a lot happening here on the back end.
Messiah.
That sounds really bad, but you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean.
The world versus the real best in the world.
All right, here we go.
CM Punk one-on-one with Seth.
Mike C says crazy brawl incoming. We'll see. We'll see.
Here's the
Thank you so
deal.
much, Luis. He says he loves the games.
After next week, you know where you're going to be able to find me. I will be here on Monday night. I will be here the Monday after that, the Monday after that, the Monday after that. I will be fighting in this ring because that's what I do.
Okay, so Seth Rollins' scoot is really making me crave some white chocolate.
You can't.
I really love white chocolate. Like, it's one of my favorite.
What's he gonna do?
And like
He's gonna
seeing
cry
Seth in this
about
outfit
it.
is just making me want white
He's gonna
chocolate.
whine about it.
It's so good.
Maybe he'll take
So
another
good.
10 years.
Like, that's all I'm thinking
pick
about
up his
right now.
ball,
It's messing
go
with my
home.
brain. I can't think.
They've hit.
All right, here we go. Jose Garcia says Seth, Elton John, Rollins, like literally every single week. RM Strauss says that's from his Las Vegas wardrobe.
Yeah, you remember 4 weeks ago when Punk told Rollins he doesn't think about him at all? Boy, that's changed, hasn't it?
Tried to avoid Rollins, focus on gold. Rollins simply would not
Big
accept
G
those
says, look in my
terms.
eyes.
These are issues that have been
What do you
simmering
see?
for years.
Louis A's like white chocolate. Yes.
All over the arena.
It even has like those intricate little designs. I'm telling you, it reminds me of the wrapper. Like the wrapper as I'm unwrapping my white chocolate.
With these two egos,
Great. That's all I want now.
Like what we saw in Boston.
Fernando Zayas says, can't wait for this match next week. Yeah, me too. It's going to be fun. Real big match for Netflix.
A week from tonight on Netflix. The mega match.
Took his ball and went home. The most industry plant cliche bootlicker line I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, we're getting right into
What
it.
virtue did you get that from, huh? Who originally said that? That wanted to turn the people against the boys when he got told no, or when he got told you're wrong. Did Stone Cold Steve Austin take his ball and go home? You know, I haven't seen the man around these parts in quite some time. Did she take her ball and go home too? Or is it just me, Seth?
He brought up his wife. Oh,
you want to tell these people that I turned my back on them? You want to tell 15,000 strong in Houston that I abandoned them? When in reality, you just want to cry because I abandoned you. I was sick and tired, and I left this place, and you stayed, and you ate it. We both made our choices. We both made our decisions. I have no regrets.
That was good.
None. I don't want to talk about the last 10 years. Let's talk about the last 10 months, Seth.
Yeah, he's been there the last 10 months.
How's your neck? Good.
Yeah, that was the...
How's your knee, Nat? How's that knee?
I mean, Seth Rollins can kind of ask
How's
CM
your
Punk the
insides?
exact
Because
same
I
thing.
watched Big Bronson Reed hit you with 6 tsunamis. How's your pride? Because you didn't get a modicum of revenge on him, and you saw me break his ankle in War Games. Self-proclaimed best in the world? Yeah, because I believe in myself. Self-professed martyr? You're damn right. I came back. I didn't want to make friends. I said very publicly, I'm here to make money. And next week, oh, baby, I get to make a boatload of cash, making you the victim you so badly want to be, little brother.
Little brother, damn. He's just out here shooting.
Cut that crap, man. Cut that little brother crap. That don't work no more.
Steph's got to fire back here.
You know the difference between you and everybody else that left? They actually did leave, all right? My wife, she's taking a break to raise a kid. I know you don't know what that's like.
Dang, that's a little personal.
Stone Cold, he said it was the biggest mistake he ever made. He understands about change. All right? You left. You wanted this place to die with the echoes of those CM Punk chants. You went on your buddy's podcast, tried to tear this place down.
Oh, he just
When
mentioned
that
Colt
didn't
Cabana's
work,
pod.
you took every single shot you could to try to kill this place, and you still couldn't do it. And then you took a big chunk of change to go join the competition. How'd that work out for you?
An AEW mention. I was waiting for that. Oh, they're going all in on this
You
one.
want to call me a martyr? Nah, man. I never felt bad about anything that I did. I never felt ashamed. I fought and I stayed because that's how revolutions are made. All right? That's how they're made. They're made in the trenches, not by cowards who abandon their families.
Damn.
You stay in the trenches, you fight. That's how we win the war. And we won the war. And you want to come back in here and you want to wave the flag with us? No way. You can't big brother me anymore because I'm the damn big brother.
Okay. I was worried that Seth wasn't going to bring it. I think he brought it.
You will take another 10 years off after the 6, but it's not going to be a decision you make. It's going to be one I make for you.
I think Seth needed this promo, by the way. All right, what's Punk going to say?
You can
He's got to
recognize
fire
the
back.
pioneers because of the arrows in their back. I was the first one through the wall, and I got bloodied for it. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. I loved the place I worked. I just hated the guy in charge, and he loved you. And in situations where you should have had my back, all you did was shoot arrows in it. And then I leave, and lo and behold, he shows his true colors, and he stabs Roman Reigns in the back. And now he's dressed like an idiot, trying to play victim in a situation that he created. Those arrows kill weak people. The greats, above all odds, find a way to march forward. And I left because I had to, and I got far enough away until those arrows couldn't reach me anymore. And after a few years, I started to be able to pull them out. And after a few more years, I pulled them all out. And I came back because for 7 years, they chanted, mostly during your television time, my name.
Damn! What a shot! Mostly during your matches.
I should be dead, Seth, but I'm not. And oh, aren't the arrow throwers mad? Next week, those same arrows that were supposed to do me in, I carry to this day. And I'm walking into LA, Netflix, live and in living color, with a fistful of arrows, and I'm gonna jam them down your corporate throat.
Corporate throat. Oh, okay. Insert the Shawn Michaels meme. That's funny. That's so funny.
You know, I've never said this to your face. Maybe once upon a time you were a pioneer. What you have become is a cancer. You are a cancer to that locker room. You are a cancer in my brain. You are a cancer to this business, and cancer does not cure itself. The only way to defeat it is to cut it out. So in 1 week, you bring your fistful of arrows. I'll bring my eyes of fire and my heart full of hate and rage, and I will burn you to the ground.
Damn! Seth Rollins turned red during that. Oh my God. Okay, this, my friends, was the promo that I was waiting for between these two. Oh my God. There was a lot in there.
on USA Network, which will remain
This
the home
may
for
have
Friday
been
Night
one of my
SmackDown.
favorite
But it'll be
segments
these
of this
two.
whole year. Like,
The
it's
Raw
up there with a lot of the really
Netflix
great stuff that we
debut
got.
a week
Holy shit, I
from
forgot Raw's
tonight
ending literally
on
with this.
nuclear
Oh
heated
my
bitter
God.
rivalry
All right, well, we're going to have a
with
lot
Raw's
to get
debut
into right
on
now
Netflix
when
next
we get
week.
started here on this post show with Santi. So just give Santi a couple of minutes and then we're going to go ahead and get right into it. All right, let's go ahead and really quickly, guys, there's a lot to get into in just a minute, but really quickly, we got to give some love to our sponsors, Blue Chew.
Are you jobbing out in bed? Do you have dreams of main eventing in the sack? Well, have no fear. Blue Chew is here to help you become the champ. Soon you'll make your babyface comeback and get the finish. Blue Chew is the place to go for chewable versions of sildenafil, tadalafil, vardenafil. These ingredients help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer lasting erections for sexual activity. Woo! The chewable tablets help fight off all forms of ED, which can include performance anxiety and maintaining an erection long enough for sex. A Blue Chew subscription includes a free online consultation, 24/7 medical support, a prescription for chewable sildenafil, tadalafil, vardenafil, if approved, and discreet delivery straight to your door every month, all from the comfort of your own home at affordable prices. No more in-person doctor visits, no more waiting for appointments, and best of all, no more awkwardness. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to the description box of this video and click on the link and make sure to use the promo code Denise.
Alrighty, everyone, what's up? All right, so we need to give Santi a second to get here, to get into the show. And as soon as Santi gets here, we'll go ahead and break down everything that went down. What a night! What a closing to the show. But in the meantime, let me also catch up with the super chats here. We have let's see, where am I at? Bailey Darley says, how about a quiz on lyrics of wrestlers? Actually, I think I've done something similar to that, but I will probably do another one at some point. Thank you so much for the suggestion. We got Cyclops is better than Wolverine, who says, fight back, Seth. Fight back, Seth. Fight back. Jeez. Oh, dude, I was like kind of nervous because in the beginning, like CM Punk really had Seth Rollins, but then like Seth Rollins completely fired back too. So I absolutely loved that it was it felt like both guys had their pistols out for sure during this. We also had John Taylor here who says, Seth looking at the camera. Hi, Colt Cabana. Dude, I was wondering if they were going to go there with some of these mentions, and the fact that they absolutely did made me so much more excited for their match on Netflix. Can't wait to get more into that. We got Lawrence Ross who says, Denise, I'm sad why this wasn't a WrestleMania match. Blue Chew, yeah. So it wasn't a WrestleMania match, unfortunately, as we all know, due to the injuries and things that happened with CM Punk as well as Seth. Seth did come back in time to have a WrestleMania match, but unfortunately, CM Punk did not. However, maybe it was a blessing in disguise because look at how we're going into Netflix on Raw. They needed this segment to hit the way that it did. So Lawrence, thank you so much for that super chat. We got Bailey Darley here who says main event has to be Seth versus CM Punk after the segment, best ending of 2024. Oh my gosh, I just realized it too. Duh. That was the last thing that we saw for Raw 2024 on the USA Network. What a way to wrap things up, man. Bailey, thank you so much for reminding me of that. I know we've been talking about it the entire show, but for that to like legitimately be like the lasting imagery that we got is pretty damn epic. So that's very, very cool. And yes, I do believe that it's going to be the main event for Netflix. It has to be. It 100% has to be. Like, I know everybody loves Roman and Solo Sikoa, but this ain't touching that at all. I mean, that ain't touching this at all. We also got Joe Compton here who says, how many balloons were harmed in the making of that Blue Chew ad? I think it was a total of one. No, I think I made like 3 balloons or something. I really don't remember how many balloons I did. I did that video quite a while ago. But Joe, thank you so much for asking and for sending that in. Alrighty, everyone. I'm just waiting for Santi. So as soon as Santi comes in, we'll go ahead and get to it. Let me turn on my light really quick. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Anthony Giuliano who says, I can't believe CM Punk mentioned Vince. Vince AEW, we got the Colt Cabana podcast mention. I mean, there was so freaking much in this that I'm like trying to make sure that I don't forget all of those things that were mentioned. I mean, God, we even got a mention of CM Punk not having any children. We got CM Punk mentioning Becky Lynch. I mean, how much more personal can you get when you mention people's wives, when you mention, all of their past dramas and beefs and things like that? It's pretty wild, honestly. They went all in, but that's legitimately what we needed, because I feel like, honestly, the Seth Rollins CM Punk feud had kind of simmered down a little bit, right? Because everything had happened with CM Punk and Drew, and that really took over. It took a life. It developed a life of its own, and so for them to kind of bring it back this way was just absolutely tremendous. All right, guys, and just a heads up, Santi will be here in about 8 minutes because he's wrapping up his stream. So we're going to get the poster started a little bit later. So this is now a chance for us to do just shoot the shits. We're just going to shoot the shits right now. And then when Santi comes in, we will go ahead and get the chat, get the post show going, guys, because he's finishing off his situation, and then he'll be coming on in here to do the show. But thank you so much, Anthony Giuliano. We got Jeff Lee here who says, did CM Punk make reference to Becky? Yes, he did, my friend. When he started questioning Seth Rollins about how Seth Rollins had said that CM Punk took his ball and went home. And CM Punk was like, did Becky Lynch do that? Your wife, did she do that? Or is it only CM Punk? And so that was when he made that reference to Becky Lynch about that. So, kind of insane, honestly, that we got both the Becky Lynch mentioned, Vince McMahon, Colt Cabana, AEW. God, even the fact that him and AJ Lee don't have kids. Woo-hoo-hoo. I kind of thought, like, when they showed CM Punk's face for that, by the way, I was like, dude, did we go a little too far? Did we go a little too far with that one? Because at least like everything else is wrestling related, right? The Colt Cabana mentioned wrestling related. Vince McMahon wrestling related. Everything's wrestling related except that part when he mentioned, the fact that CM Punk doesn't have kids. That was the little bit like, oh, that was really personal. All right, we got John Taylor here who says, Punk to Seth, did your wife, the man, take her ball and go home? Seth to Punk, childless man, Punk. Literally, that was his reaction to that. Because he had said, like, Becky Lynch, my wife, went home, but to take care of a child, something you wouldn't know about. So it's a fine line, guys. It's a fine line. And that shot of CM Punk, like his face, it got like so mad, like right away. It was insane. We got Willie Teague here who says, do you like that SmackDown is going to 3 hours? I'm a little bit nervous about it. I'm a little bit nervous about SmackDown going to 3 hours. I'm not used to watching a SmackDown for 3 hours. I'm not used to any of that. And the last two SmackDowns weren't like super extraordinary, but I do think once we kick off 2025, it'll be a lot more exciting. So I'm optimistic about it. I don't want to shit all over the idea of SmackDown being 3 hours. Of course, it's a Friday night, so that makes it a little bit more complicated. But truth be told, I think we can get quite a bit out of that SmackDown. So even though I'm not like over the moon excited about it, I'm not going to talk shit about it until we actually get into like, if we have a string of bad SmackDowns, then, my friend, you will hear me bitching and moaning. But until then, I'll be all right. We'll be all right. Anthony Giuliano here says, Denise, where do you think the New Day storyline goes from here? So I do think that they're bound to win the tag team titles. I feel like they have to win the tag team titles, right? Like that feels like the direction that they have to go into. And they are, going to be having a match with Rey Mysterio and possibly Dragon Lee, or who knows, maybe it could even be Penta. Maybe Penta will debut on Netflix Raw, coming in at Rey Mysterio's partner. Keep in mind that Kofi and Xavier did kind of shit all over the LWO members. So maybe Rey will be like, well, I brought in a friend. And all of a sudden it's Penta. You never freaking know. But Anthony Giuliano, thank you for asking. We got Luke Thornton here who says, honestly, CM Punk probably misses Hanger right now. Adam Page and him, I mean, they had an interesting history. Definitely some things that CM Punk did not like that Adam Page said, and definitely shot back at Adam Page, Hangman Page, on that episode of Collision. But then I think he apologized to him. I think he did apologize to him, especially after CM Punk made that mention about how nobody was buying Hangman Page's toys. I forget the exact wording that he used for that promo, but he like threw a big time shot at Hangman. And I think he apologized for that afterwards, because maybe it might have gone too far. I don't know, but I do recall him apologizing for that somewhere. Might have been that ESPN article. I don't remember where, but I feel like he did apologize somewhere. We got John Taylor. Thank you, Luke. John says, Larry finding out today he is a dog and is in shambles. He's like, what am I, chopped liver? Poor Larry. Larry got told he ain't shit today. That's terrible. Larry's now been in a brawl. He's had merch being sold, and now people are taking shots and completely dismissing him as a child in the family. Poor Larry. Larry needs to come in here and like beat some ass, honestly. Justice for Larry, guys. Justice for Larry. John, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Hui Freeman. What's up, Hui? Thank you so much for hopping in. He says, can we please move on from the Judgment Day? I'm ready for Demon Finn to return and a proper Finn push. Dude, I have been saying this, I feel like every single week, by the way. I truly think that the Judgment Day has hit its expiration, and I think they know it too. I think that's why we've been seeing like Liv and Finn Morgan at odds. Nobody seems to like Finn Balor in the group anymore. So I do think that they're bound to break up at some point. It's just a matter of when. Right? When is that going to actually happen? And Finn Balor, I do think needs to go off. He just needs to go on a string of extraordinary matches. And once he does, I think we'll be in business. And speaking of being in business, Santi is here. Santi, dude, what an episode of Raw we have to talk about today.
I know. I'm sorry that I kept you having
No,
to juggle and try to stall until I was able to join.
No, I'm so excited. Let me put up our little graphic here, and we're good to go, man. Let's hop in. Let's do this. Ready, everyone? It's time to do the post show. Let's do a countdown. In 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It is Monday, December 30th, a historic night today in WWE history as we got the last and final WWE RAW on the USA Network, and it ended in a very, very fireworks kind of a bit with CM Punk and Seth Rollins throwing every single shot possible at each other. But before we get to that, Santi is in the building. Santi, how are you feeling coming off of this episode of Raw?
That last 25 minutes of that episode was just such a roller coaster of emotion between the unbelievably good match between Io and Lyra Valkyria, which is, I think, one of the best women's matches of the year, followed by what I thought was maybe like the most cathartic promo that I've seen in a while. It almost felt like CM Punk and Seth Rollins needed to get that out, and that they got the opportunity to be able to just let out every single vicious thought that they were feeling right before they went on to Netflix. What a great way to end that era of Raw on USA Network.
Dude, I was like screaming watching this because remember because this has been something that this started right when CM Punk got to WWE, right? Him and Seth. It started going. And then, of course, because of the injuries and all this other stuff that went down, we ended up having to, go a different direction, right? Seth still makes it to WrestleMania. Great. But then we get into this, 10-month long program with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. And honestly, Santi, when we went back to Seth, I was sort of waiting for this to feel hot. And I thought the brawl that they did last week was great. We loved that. That was a good time. But this promo is what sold this so much more. Like you said, it was this cathartic thing where they finally said everything they needed to say. And I was sort of concerned for a second that they weren't going to have anything new to say. I thought maybe everything had been said and done because we had so many of these promos. And I had wondered because I thought, okay, if they're going to be throwing shots at each other, it's so easy for Seth Rollins to grab and poke at some things, and he went for it today. Really quickly, just to summarize some of the mentions that we got here. We got personal shots thrown where CM Punk mentioned Becky Lynch and questioned Seth Rollins to see if her leaving was her walking with her bullets, taking the ball and going home. 2, Seth Rollins responded with an even more brutal message by basically saying that Becky Lynch went home to raise a child, something that CM Punk wouldn't know about because he doesn't have kids. Let's pause there, Santi. What was your reaction to that? Because I thought that was incredibly personal and maybe even below the belt.
Yeah, the reaction was honestly, damn! It felt like, have you ever seen the movie White Chicks?
Yes.
Oh, you want to talk about mamas. That's what it felt like watching that segment between those two. It just sort of felt like they were just allowed to hit each other with the most vile things that you could say right before we go on the next flick. So we had alluded mentions to Vince McMahon, the mention of the Colt Cabana podcast. Like they really, they saw the line in the sand and they skipped right over it merrily, right into Netflix. They said, we're done with cable television. What are they going to do? Fire us? It almost felt like that's what they were doing.
No, and what the crazy part about this, right, is that everything else, right? We got a Vince McMahon mention where CM Punk said he liked working in WWE. He just didn't like the guy that was running things. And then we also got Seth Rollins mentioning, like you said, the Colt Cabana podcast, which we know, I mean, we don't really even speak about it out loud on TV because it was so controversial and it was the most WWE podcast you could ever listen to. I mean, you could even go back and listen to it now and you probably have a blast because of the way that whole Colt Cabana and CM Punk, the way they really went into everything that happened. It was the most raw, real podcast that you'll ever listen to. But of course, that led to, WWE and, suing CM Punk. Of course, just everything that happened after that. It was so messy. It was so ugly. And it caused CM Punk to be bitter and angry towards WWE for such a long time. I never thought they would mention this on WWE television.
Yeah, no, like I said, I felt like they knew it was their last hoorah. And I felt honestly like this was necessary. Not saying that I wasn't already excited for Punk versus Seth Rollins, but there was a part of me that was always feeling like I should be more excited for this. And why aren't I more excited for this yet? And I feel like one of the reasons why I wasn't like peak level of excited is because we hadn't gotten this moment. And they did too many what's called asynchronous promos where you talk while you're in the ring. I'll do a backstage interview. You do a backstage interview. And you and I have sat here before while I was in Colombia when we've seen these asynchronous promos before, and we both agreed that's not the way to build this. You need to get these two guys in the ring and just let them pour their hatred and everything at each other on that microphone. And we finally got it. This felt, Denise, like the go home promo to a WrestleMania. That's what that felt like. It felt monumental. It felt like the thing that you need to watch next week is monumentally huge. And I loved a lot of the things that CM Punk was bringing up in this promo as well. It really wasn't all just overstepping the line and saying these horrible things, although that's what all of the websites are going to be talking about tomorrow morning. But I really like that CM Punk really stood on business and said, listen, like, while you were trying to make your way up in this place, I was the one taking the arrows in the back. And when I left, you kissed the boot, you licked the boot, you swallowed the corporate Kool-Aid, and I've come back with the arrows and I'm ready to shove them down your throat. Honestly, this was maybe a top 5 promo segment of the year for me, Denise.
That's exactly what I said the second the show ended. I thought, of course, 2024, it's coming to an end. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I sure as hell wasn't expecting a segment like this that I would say was up there, given everything that we saw heading into WrestleMania season with Cody and The Rock, and then everything we saw with Punk and Drew, and just all of, God, at the top of this month, the Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods turning on Big E moment. I kind of thought that was going to be like the last big pivotal moment for Raw in 2024. And then it ended up being this here that sort of stole that like limelight, because this was a really good way to say, hey guys, we're ending 2024 USA Network in the biggest possible way. Like, what a way to say goodbye. But then also getting into this Netflix era with the biggest possible way that we can. Another thing that I do want to mention from this promo is we got an AEW mention. Now, for the longest time, AEW was constantly, every single week, somebody would throw some sort of shot at WWE, right? Like every single week.
It was
And
like
for
a
the most
meme.
part-
It was
right.
so often. It was like, this is losing its punch, folks.
And for so long, like you never really got any mentions from WWE. Maybe like one. Okay, fine. But it's not something that happened often. And truth be told, I didn't know if Seth was going to go there. So when he did, I was legitimately surprised, but I loved it because I thought, how do you talk about CM Punk, this controversial figure, and not mention probably one of the most problematic, most highly publicized news stories of the wrestling, decade, when you think about everything that went down with CM Punk and the Elite and the brawl and the drama that ensued with him and Tony Khan, who's a billionaire, and all the drama that went there to the point where CM Punk got fired, Tony Khan feared for his life. How do you not mention that? I mean, that is the easiest. Santi, if you were beefing with CM Punk and you were cutting a promo, there ain't no way that you, me, and every single person here would not mention that and throw that as a shot to CM Punk.
Oh, for sure. It was the low-hanging fruit that we always know has been there, but it always felt like, even though it was a low-hanging fruit, it felt like it was forbidden fruit for WWE. Like they weren't willing to go there. But if there was a match or a feud that I think warrants it, it's this one. And I'm perfectly fine if they never bring it up again. I'm perfectly fine if Punk goes and has other feuds in his time in the WWE and they don't need to bring that up again, because there was one feud where you had that as a possibility where it could be used, and it was this one. And one of the things I don't want to see is WWE do the AEW thing where they continue to poke at the bear and dig back into that well to the point where it loses that luster. One time is all I needed. One time is enough to allow the wrestling nerd in me to have the little giggle. Oh my God, they actually did it. They actually did it. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm good. I'm satiated.
Yes, I feel like you're right. And WWE does sometimes do that sometimes where like if something hits, they're like, oh, let's keep doing it. But no, this was definitely the moment that it called for it. It was necessary here. And I'm glad that they actually went for it because it made sense to the story. So now next week, we're going to go into Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. That is happening. This can't be it, right, Santi? This one match on Netflix. Like, I feel like coming after this, like there's got to be more, right? Like they have the opportunity to do more.
I would imagine. I mean, it just seems like such a major, important match and such a high-profile money feud. And we heard Punk mention that line again, that he's here to make money. I can't see how in the world we wouldn't get this again. And considering that not only do we have WrestleMania coming up, but then we also have 2-night SummerSlam coming as well. So there's so many different places where you can have this match again, and it's totally warranted for it to happen again.
Who wins the first match, though? I can't decide.
I would look, my prediction would be CM Punk. CM Punk would be the one that I feel like makes the most sense, to have Seth Rollins be that vengeful dude that wants to continue to chase CM Punk to get that victory back. So I'm going to say Punk.
Oh man, my heart wants to say CM Punk, but I also feel like I'm going with CM Punk more, just because how was your audio?
Uh-oh.
I wasn't sure. Oh, there you go. You're good now. You're good. I think we were just getting like some outside random noise, but you're good.
Weird. Okay.
So here's the thing though, is that with CM Punk, I feel like him winning this match, I almost want to go more towards CM Punk just because I'm a bigger CM Punk fan. But you also don't want to take the legs from underneath Seth Rollins, especially because when this whole thing first started, I was really seeing CM Punk as up here. And given the fact that he's out there, trying to little brother him, I think that with Seth Rollins' promo, like you could make a good argument that Seth Rollins should also be winning because of the way that he closed out that promo, calling CM Punk a cancer, saying that he has to cut him off. And how do you call a man a cancer, saying he's got to cut him off and then lose in the first match, right?
Yeah, and that's the other bit that they kind of called back to. Remember that Seth Rollins interview at a WWE 2K event of all places? Him calling Philly, fail boy, you're a cancer, stay away. That felt like another major callback of like these like major inflection points in the CM Punk and Seth Rollins storyline. It's important that we're kind of getting them all out. But I really do feel like it's better to have Seth chase the win, because it's Seth that has been, at the very least in storyline, was chasing the attention from CM Punk all of those years ago. So I'm going to go with CM Punk here.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into some of these super chats because I know everyone's dying to get their thoughts in, and let's see what the people are saying. First and foremost, thank you so much to Honey Drips. It says, hey, Denise, hope you had a great Christmas. I did. I had a really good time, and it was nice to relax. Thank you so much for asking. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, I'm surprised Seth didn't mention AJ Lee. I mean, he kind of did because, AJ Lee is, with CM Punk, and when he said you don't have kids, I feel like that was definitely implied with the AJ Lee.
Yeah, obviously, for sure. Now we had both of the misses getting called out. As a fellow miss yourself, how would you feel if you're watching at home and you were to get called out, Denise?
Santi, okay, as a childless woman right here in her 30s, okay, if I heard someone say like, oh, you don't have a child to my husband or to me, I would be like, well, first of all, you mind your damn freaking business. You don't know what's going on here, if I do or if I don't, or other things. That's because here's the thing, right? Santi, with everything that was mentioned here today on this promo, everything was wrestling related except that part. That part was the only thing that wasn't wrestling related. That was more personal in terms of attacking someone's lifestyle.
Okay, that is very true. And we've seen this kind of getting brought up again because we had something like this happen in the Drew McIntyre feud and CM Punk. They tried to go in the personal route, bringing the dog, the friendship bracelet. So this seems like it might just be a formula for CM Punk feuds moving forward, where we're just going to bring CM Punk's personal life into this, because CM Punk, I don't think calling him a hermit is the correct word, but he's always just sort of felt inaccessible to wrestling fans, especially in the last 10 years. So it feels taboo to bring CM Punk's personal life into storylines, because that's always just been something that's been so separate from the CM Punk that we've witnessed on screen. When CM Punk's personal life gets brought up as part of a promo, it feels like it hits harder compared to when, Seth Rollins is, a relationship with Becky Lynch or his daughter. It doesn't seem like it hits as hard because that seems to be a lot more public, a lot more accessible to fans. Meanwhile, Punk's personal life just seems like it's this iron curtain. So to see it get kind of like spilled out into a WWE promo, it just feels wrong, but so right.
Yeah, you're like, should I be looking? I want to look. You're like covering your eyes, but peeking a little bit. It's forbidden, but you want to see it. It's exactly what we're getting here. All right, we got Jeff Lee here. Thank you so much to Jeff Lee. He says, Seth actually mentioned the AEW fiasco. Damn, I didn't mention him that he took that pocket of money. I'm thinking, oh, a shot directly at Tony Khan, because people always throw shots at Tony Khan for being rich and whatnot. So it's just good stuff.
Oh no, well, poor Tony, he's so rich. What?
I wish people threw shots at me because I was incredibly rich.
Oh,
I would not mind that whatsoever.
What a sad life that would be.
Look at you billionaire Santi.
Oh.
All right, we got Terrence Johnson here who says Dakota turned on Tegan, Raquel, and Bailey. I'm assuming that's what you're predicting there or expecting there from there, Terrence. Right? Am I reading that right, Santi?
I think. Terrence is mentioning that Dakota is a bit of a snake. That she in the past has turned on Tegan Nox, Raquel, and Bailey, and I'm assuming Terrence is expecting her to turn on Io as well.
Yes, correct. Okay, thank you so much, Terrence. We got John Taylor here who says, Santi, it's worth the wait. Yes, we were out here waiting for you, Santi, but you're worth the wait, so we're good. Mr. Acosta here says, I've been running around my apartment since that promo, right? Don't you have like this newfound energy? Like, I got to go and get up and do something now. That's how lit it was. Thank you, Mr. Acosta. We got Rudy Botha here who says CM Punk and Roman Heyman, guys, lit. ECW. Hey, man, we still don't even know what that freaking favor from Paul Heyman's going to be, but I feel we're getting closer and closer. Thank you so much, Rudy. We got JK here says that closing promo was absolutely incredible. Both guys brought it. Punk is GOAT on the mic, and Seth took his game to another level. That's true because at one point, Santi, when this whole thing first started here tonight, I was a little concerned in the beginning. I thought, ooh, CM Punk brought some good burners. Like, is Seth Rollins going to be able to, like, come back and, you know, be on the same level as CM Punk? When Punk mentioned that, yeah, people were chanting my name, but they were usually chanting my name during your boring matches, that was hilarious. So funny. JK, thank you so much. We got Sheldon Jackson here who says the CM Punk Seth Rollins interaction was such a palate cleanser after that World's End main event on Saturday, because that was complete shit. Drama. We unfolded that on the AEW World's End podcast. If you guys want to check that out. That is in the channel for sure. We got Anthony Giuliano who says, can we get Seth and Becky versus Punk and AJ Lee? I mean, I would love to see AJ Lee back. It doesn't seem like she wants to be back though, Santi. Do you think there's even a possibility of that?
I haven't seen anything that tells me that there is a possibility, but this is also professional wrestling where I feel like look, the hard part's already done. The hard part was Punk coming back. That was the hard part. AJ Lee coming back now seems like a cakewalk compared to Punk, but if it hasn't happened yet, especially during the Drew stuff with the bracelet, where that's where it probably made the most sense, I don't see it happening.
We got Soundwave 80s who says, I wouldn't land B Sue if Seth Rollins did a pile driver onto CM Punk and vice versa at the Netflix Raw premiere. Okay. He's wondering if we would get like a pile driver spot. That kind of seems like that's what they're doing right now with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. So you don't necessarily have to go about it that direction, but sure, why not? Santi, is that something you'd be interested in seeing?
No. If I'm being honest with you, I'm good. Like, honestly, it just kind of depends on the situation. Like the pile driver, like the Pandora's box of the pile driver has been opened, and if you continue to use it in different matches and in different feuds, it'll feel like it's just not as special a thing as WWE is making it out to be right now. So I'm going to say I'm good without it.
Thank you so much to Soundwave 80s. All right, so we can take a breather. We've spent a lot of time on CM Punk and Seth Rollins. So I do want to go ahead and get into another really big moment with Santi. You mentioned right at the top of this that it really had us going. I thought this was going to be one of the biggest shocking moments of the night. Still a shocking moment nonetheless, but we had the Women's Intercontinental title tournament continue on, and we saw the semifinals today. Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria. Santi, I was so dead set on the idea that Io was winning this match, and I just thought it would be perfect. Like, oh yeah, Io Sky versus Dakota Kai in the finals. That is 100% what we're gonna get. You know, this is two friends. Maybe it'll happen here. Something crazy. I was so set on Io making it to the finals and winning the entire thing that Lyra winning completely took me out. I was not expecting it. I love Lyra. I think she's a great performer. And obviously she went to the finals of the Queen of the Ring with Nia Jax. So I thought in a way it was kind of great to see her win this, because we've seen her in her past experiences on the tournament do very well. But now I'm honestly torn. I don't know if we're going to have Dakota Kai or Lyra Valkyria win the Intercontinental Championship. Like, if you have Lyra lose again in the finals of the tournament, that would kind of suck, right? Because she lost last time. You don't want to see it this time again. So it's making me think that Lyra might actually win. But at the same time, Dakota Kai just came back and she's looking to get her groove back here on the show. And this could be a hell of a way for Dakota Kai to make her presence be felt here on Raw. What do you think?
I agree with pretty much everything that you're saying here. I was also expecting Io Sky here. I was just not expecting Lyra Valkyria to be able to beat Io Sky again, clean, twice in the same year, both in a tournament semifinal format. But what a match it was. And honestly, like halfway through the match, I kind of threw that out the window where I'm like, I don't care. I just want to see these two fight until the end of time, because the match was just that damn good. Do you follow the NFL? Denise?
Very little. I'm a
Sure.
Jets fan. I'm married into it. I'm a casual, but I
Sure.
watch.
This analogy will land with NFL listeners here. It seems like Lyra Valkyria is Eli Manning and Io Sky is Tom Brady. 2 Super Bowls where Tom Brady is unstoppable and somehow he cannot beat Eli Manning. It seems like Lyra Valkyria is the kryptonite of Io Sky. And I would love for them to tell a story surrounding that. Like, this is just the one person on the roster that no matter how good Io is, no matter how on top of the world she is, she just cannot seem to beat Lyra Valkyria. And that's something that they could run with for years if they wanted to. But to piggyback off of what you were saying, I was really expecting Dakota versus Io because they kind of set that up in the pre-match promo. And I thought that eventually would lead to a match and then the heel turn from Dakota Kai. But one of the things that I've noticed from these tournament matches on both Raw and SmackDown is that they've done very little in the way of swerves. You know, they've just said match. Have one and impress us. And it seems like that's going to be the mantra here for the Women's Intercontinental Championship side of things as well, because I'm sure you and other people and me, I was expecting somebody from PFC at some point in this match when Io was going to go up for the moonsault, but no, just no shenanigans. And I feel like that's going to be the same case here in the final. I still feel like a Dakota and Io turn on one another can still happen, but I feel like they want to leave that for once the championship is fully in the ecosystem. I don't think they want the final or one of the semifinals to be marred by any like storyline shenanigans. I feel like they want a definitive winner. And then once the definitive winner is set in stone, then you can tell the deeper, more interwoven storylines of somebody turns heel on one another, et cetera, et cetera. I think that Dakota Kai is going to win this because I do feel like they're going to tell a story between Dakota Kai and Io Sky. I just felt like that pre-match promo, there's too much there for them to not do, but it does sort of feel like Lyra is the one that needs to win it because back-to-back championship finals losses, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of sitting here going like, damn, those are both good cases for Dakota Kai and also for Lyra. So I don't really know. I mean, with the U.S. title tournament, it was so clear cut. We're like, let's go Chelsea. If Chelsea doesn't win, we riot. But with this one, I'm thinking like, dude, it could go any direction at this point. I truly do not know. They already surprised me enough by having Io not take it all the way that I'm kind of just in it for the ride now. Like, surprise me and I'll be good with whatever direction they decide to go in with this one. We got Soundwave 80s here who sends in a super chat saying the Obsession song from Saturday night's main event was sung by Animo Gian. I don't think I said that right. Awesome song. I love Get Into the Groove song by Madonna. Hey man, I love that song too, but I love me some Madonna a whole lot. Soundwave 80s, thank you so much for the super chat. Are you a Madonna fan, Santi?
Well, I like the Weird Al Yankovic song, you know, the Like a Surgeon, but he does.
Oh my God. No, like a
version.
Yeah.
I like the Weird Al. I like the Weird Al songs that spoof Madonna. I'll say that.
Oh my God. What, Santi, how are you not a Madonna fan? I don't get it. Madonna's great. She's the one person I still haven't seen in concert that I've been like dying to see it in concert. So hopefully it'll happen at some point. I'll make a note of that to make it happen. But anyways, all right, we got a couple more items to get into for Monday Night Raw. We saw the return of Sheamus. He confronted Ludwig Kaiser. Man, happy to see Sheamus. By the way, did they add something different to his theme song?
Denise, I'm so glad you brought this up. Sheamus's theme song is a fucking mystery to me because I'll hear the drums and I'm like, I don't know who the hell that is. I'm like, who the hell is that? I'm like, is Penta debuting a week before Netflix? And the thing is, Denise, is that this has happened every time Sheamus comes back with those drums. It's like the least recognizable like opening pop to an entrance theme besides like Michin at the moment. Those drums for Sheamus, they just don't do it for me. I don't know if they've added anything different to the song. All I know is that that we still don't have our limes back. We still need more limes in his entrance theme. We don't have them. Not enough limes. Anyways, you can go on and talk about his theme now. I'm just glad that there was something to talk about because it was the first thing that I said when Sheamus's music hit.
Dude, you know who I thought it was? and I feel so stupid. I was like, are they calling up Obafemi with the drums?
No, yeah, no, I feel that. No. That's totally
That's what I thought.
That's fair. That's fair. That is how just like think about when he had the Lime song, how recognizable that like initial note was for Sheamus's theme, right? It's the shame but down, huck of head. Now this is just unrecognizable. And I know we'll talk about this later, but we're in the topic of theme songs here. Out of all of the entrance themes that need changing in WWE, why change the Judgment Days? That was like one of like the good things in terms of songs that were currently in WWE's repertoire, and they changed it to some rap song that just doesn't fit them. Anyways,
yeah, because I was gonna say I noticed that too, but then I just thought maybe I haven't been paying close enough attention. Like I hate that so many of these songs just blend into each other where they don't really sound so distinct to the point where I'm like, did you get a new song? Did you not? Was this always the song? I hate that I'm questioning myself like that.
no, I feel that, but for sure, the Judgment Day has a new theme, and it sucks.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad that I'm not like crazy. But anyway, Sound with 80s meant to say animation. All right, that's who sings it. Okay, good to know. But anyways, I was happy to see Sheamus return. I think a lot of people, I think him and Ludwig Kaiser is definitely the right direction to sort of go because both of these guys have worked together in the past and they've done really good work with one another. And I mean, dude, I don't know what else to say. They kind of seem like they belong together here. Sheamus is such a hard-hitting wrestler, and Ludwig Kaiser works really well with guys like Sheamus. It's perfect.
And you know what? If this feud, I presume, will have legs for a couple of months, imagine the crowds we can get in Europe as we go towards WrestleMania in a match
What did
with
he
these
say?
two.
The European elegance.
Oh, I can't,
there you go.
the European elegance. Because they are doing a tour of Europe for Raws and SmackDown in the final like month and a half leading to WrestleMania, and I feel like those two could get themselves a rowdy, hot European crowd. That would be so much fun. Insert Braun Breaker in there. I'll take some European woofs. How do you? Okay, this is so random, but we're at this point of the show. American dogs, woof. Latino dogs, wow. I don't know if this is a thing that's spoken in your Latino roots. When people talk about dogs in Latin America and they talk about woofs, they say wow. What does a European dog sound like, Denise?
Oh shit, that's a great question. I'm like thinking about it. You know, Santi, I never thought about it that way because I do say wow, mira el wow.
Mira el wow.
Which is so stupid, right? Like, why do we do that?
That's how Hispanic dogs talk. They wow. And English speaking dogs, they woof. So what would European or German dogs, what do they sound like?
I feel like it has to be fancy. Like a woof. You know?
Oh, that's a French dog.
I feel like Europeans are very fancy. I mean, look at Ludwig Kaiser. Look at everybody else. Someone says bark.
Oh, is that what they do over there?
I don't know. It could be like a bark.
I'm so glad I was able to derail this podcast into dog conversation. Arf.
I don't know. I'm just reading what everybody's saying here in the chat. There's a Euro woof and an arf, and there's a Lee woof.
Le woof.
A Lee woof dog.
Anyways, Monday Night Raw.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be thinking about this now because it's true. What the hell?
Listen, there's a wrestling topic here, and it's Braun Breaker. He got called out by Ludwig Kaiser. Do you see Ludwig Kaiser getting a shot at the IC title here soon?
I mean, well, so, you know, he just had that bout with Braun Breaker. And obviously, it's not Braun Breaker. You're laughing because I'm thinking about dogs.
I know. I've completely ruined this podcast with my dog question.
Now I'm just thinking of like every dog question that I've ever had in my life. Oh my God. But here's the thing. So I hate everybody. Chirpy fetus wrote, woof eats baguette. Okay, he had the match with Braun Breaker. Obviously, we know it's not Braun Breaker's turn to give it up just yet for the Intercontinental title. I think a lot of people are anticipating more so Sheamus to finally check that Intercontinental Championship box off eventually, right? Like that's gonna happen. Ludwig, I'm telling you, I'm not really expecting anything until like any title for him until after he finally turns on Gunther. That's when I feel things are gonna start really happening for him.
See, I'm expecting them to get separated.
Yeah, right. They have to.
In the portal, though. I'm not expecting an attack or anything. I'm expecting just the portal to split them.
You think they can do that? They teased the Gunther Ludwig situation for a couple of times.
Yeah, you're right. They did tease it with Ludwig kind of being disillusioned with the ring general not being this unstoppable badass. So yeah, maybe they do need to hit on that, but they seem like they're really far away from that story thread being connected. You know, they seem like they're miles and miles away from that.
They seemed like they were closer a while back, and then we completely just went in different directions. And now it does seem like, but I feel like they can't. I feel like there's a story opportunity. And when there's a story opportunity, you should take it at some point. I would hate if they got just completely separated in the talent portal and we never saw like anything else come of that. I feel like we have to see it because that's been the moment that I think a lot of people have been waiting for. Like, when is this going to happen? And if it does, like, we want to see it because we know that Gunther is going to be so nasty to Ludwig Kaiser because, you know, he throws down in the mic. He's not afraid to say what he wants to say. And I think that could be like the feud for Gunther that kind of gains a little bit of that intrigue back because there's a real story there of two guys that were, you know, former comrades, you know? So I feel like there's something there that they shouldn't just throw it away. But let's go ahead and rewind to the top of the show. It was weird because I thought we would have a lot more to say about this here, but we had the New Day come out and they are obviously getting booed. We get New Day sucks chants. Jey Uso comes out. He tells them they suck too. And then after this, Drew McIntyre comes out and Claymore's Jey Uso. They kind of go at it back and forth a little bit, but Drew McIntyre is the one that's able to, rise above here and basically kicks his ass, even with the help of security coming through, trying to keep them apart from each other. But in regards to the New Day, though, I was expecting a little bit more there, but it seems like they've been mostly wanting to sell the fact that the crowd should be booing. I feel like right now as a crowd, we're being trained. We're being trained that every time you see them, you just boo, and that's it.
I feel like you've hit it on the head. I feel like that's what they're doing with the New Day. They've done it with, hey, look, even Dominic Mysterio thinks that they're messed up. They keep doing these things that are kind of like training the audience to remind them and continue to tell them what they did is so bad that you need to boo them out of the building. And I feel like they did it again by having the crowd boo the New Day out of the building, only to be followed by the most popular guy in the WWE so that we can see the difference between what a beloved guy sounds like and what the hated guy sounds like. So they keep doing these like physical like training sessions on fans that we need to hate the New Day. Like, it can't get more overt that we need to hate the New Day than when the mom hates the New Day. So at one point or another, though, Denise, they're going to need to give us a little bit more substance. I'm okay with what they're doing right now. But at some point, they're going to need to give us a little bit more substance. And I feel like we might be getting it here with Rey Mysterio, where he said that he's going to have a tag team partner. Some people are expecting Penta. I hope that's not the case. Please do not put Penta in the LWO. That is not where he belongs. Please do not do that. But back to the New Day. At some point, you can't just rely on the one-trick pony of a gimmick of we go out there and get booed. Sure, it works with Dominic Mysterio, and it did. But to a degree, like that's an outlier. You can't rely on an outlier situation. And if you want to see an example of where this isn't working, Butch, that whole gimmick of don't call me Butch, don't call me Butch, where they keep doing it every single week, I'm done. I've lost interest. You've killed this character for me. You need to give us eventually a little bit more substance. And I still feel like there's plenty of runway for the New Day, but I'm just saying at some point, plane's got to take off.
You want to know why I hate the Butch storyline? Because so he was going by the name Butch and he had no problem with it, right? And then all of a sudden we get the name change back to Pete Dunne. Great. But then the storyline became about his old name. And I'm like, why? Why did it become about his old name when we moved on to his new name now? Why is the storyline about that? Can you imagine if Piper Niven's storyline was about when she was being called Dewdrop? Or if Gunther was like, I'm not Gunther, I'm Walter. Or, some crazy thing like that. It's so freaking silly. And I hate that they've reduced Pete Dunne, who is such a great wrestler, to a weird, it's supposed to be a comedy bit, but it's not even comedy.
I think it's supposed to be comedy because our truth is there. It's literally like truth is there equals comedy, but I don't know. I don't feel like this is Pete Dunne's forte, like in terms of the type of villain that he should be or could be playing. I don't think that this is it. It's not working for me. But back to the New Day, this is working for me, but there will come a point where I'm gonna want more. And if that more ends up being reigniting a feud with the Usos, it's been a while, and I'm here for that. If that's the case, I would love for that to happen, but it just seems that anyone from the bloodline right now just seems so inaccessible to anything that isn't a bloodline-related feud. Probably will be the case for right past WrestleMania.
And I think that's why we find ourselves seeing Drew McIntyre right now in this beef with the Usos, Jimmy and now Jey Uso as well. And I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, we know that he's not going to go for Roman right now. Roman's preoccupied. CM Punk, you can't go back to that. We were just there. So we are only left here with Drew and the Uso with not a broken toe with Jey. And so it's sort of like almost like process of elimination of who's left for Drew to feud with. But I do hope that this, like, I don't know, I'm excited for this feud. I'm not necessarily like anti the feud. I'm more so just curious to see what they're going to bring out in each other.
Sure. I think I can verbalize what my problem is with this feud. And maybe it's the same for you. My problem with Drew McIntyre versus any of the any one of the bloodline is that it's just to build to the bigger match, the eventual Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre match, which means that all of these are just sort of precursors to build up to that, which brings up my question to you, Denise. If we don't get The Rock on Netflix during Tribal Combat because it's not main eventing, apparently it's Punk versus Rollins, do you see Roman's Mania match being Drew McIntyre? Because it feels like that's where it would be going. That's the end of this current iteration of Drew McIntyre. This bloodline bounty hunter, Drew McIntyre, starts and ends with Roman. And if we don't get The Rock and Roman at this year's Mania, are you satisfied with that being Roman's match this year at Mania if that's the route they were to go?
Yes, I would be happy for that. And for one big reason, that reason being that Drew McIntyre, he really did put the legwork in this year to become the star that he did. He signed that brand new contract. Santi, I did a social media poll on all my social media websites, and I asked everybody who was the MVP of 2024. I had never seen somebody win so drastically on all the platforms, and everybody's so different. It feels like every app has a little bit of a different personality. Every single platform voted for Drew McIntyre with like more than 50% of the vote. And I'm like, that's great. The fact that people are like acknowledging this. I mean, they're picking him as 2024 MVP over Cody Rhodes, who literally had a whole ass movement that got The Rock out of the WrestleMania main event and kept Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania main event. And still, people are voting for Drew McIntyre as MVP of 2024. That tells me that what Drew didn't just work for me, but it worked for the masses of people. And you gotta reward that. Like, Drew is doing good work. You gotta reward that. So if they do your scenario and we end up in a situation where we get Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, I'm here for that. And part of me, I'm even gonna lie, I'm going to be kind of rooting for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
I can't
100%. I feel like that scenario opens up so many intriguing things. Not because I don't feel like that's a main event worthy match, but I wouldn't expect Roman versus Drew in just a match where they hate each other with nothing on the line in terms of like titles for that to close out any of the Mania nights, which would just create such a fun scenario of having to fantasy book what would main event night 1 and night 2, because that opens up the door for Punk and Rollins again, maybe potentially. Who knows?
Do you think there's a scenario where we get Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns? Because that's another one that we've been waiting for.
Sure.
And Seth was obviously very pissed off at, everybody being out there helping out Roman Reigns. And he made it very, very clear to Solo Sikoa that if he's ever in the ring again, it's going to be, against Roman Reigns.
I do think that there is a possibility where that happens. It's hard to connect those dots right now because even though they are kind of hovering each other in terms of storylines, like the storyline between Punk and Seth is off piggybacking off of Punk teaming up with Roman. We don't yet have that concrete link between Roman and Seth again. The nice thing about those two is that you can just snap your fingers, do it, and everybody will be like, holy shit, yeah, here we go. You don't really need to do a lot of legwork for that. So in the world where The Rock is not available for this Mania, there's some really intriguing options like Seth or Drew McIntyre for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I will say, if The Rock is available, just do Rock Roman. Get it out of the way. Just do it. Don't save it. Don't save it another year. You never know with The Rock schedule. Just do it.
I agree. Just do it. Agreed. All right, we got a couple of super chats here. We got Terrence Johnson who says, my last dono is about his last donation was about his earlier theory. Oh, thank you. So Terrence had theorized that he believes Dakota Kai was the one who took out Kyrie. That's what his theory was prior to that. I didn't see it too much. Do you see it though, Santi? Do you think this was a possibility?
PFC admitted to it. They
oh shit! Didn't even miss. I missed that completely.
Yeah. That was last week in a backstage segment interview. They admitted to it.
Great. That just shows how much I was like, we care about PFC around here. Look at Santi. You're anti-PFC, but yet you remember their storylines.
Pure fried chicken.
We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, Denise, did you see Zilla Fatu versus Booker T at Reality School? They saying this is Dilla's graduation to the WWE. Dilla is coming. So I saw a little clip that the match was going to happen, but I haven't actually seen the matchup itself. I don't know when that's supposed to be taking place. I don't know the date on that, but I know that Zilla is very, very young. He's very, very young. So I still thought like he had plenty of time to go to WWE, but who knows, man? If he goes in and he's ready, then why the hell not? I know Mark Henry did mention on Busted Open, he had said that there's, at least 3 to 4 people that are in the sidelines right now waiting to get in on this bloodline story angle. So maybe Zilla's one of them. Thank you so much, Anthony. We got Soliv Gents. Did I say that?
You got this. Yeah.
All right, did I say that right? All right. She says CM Punk should have asked him where Dean Ambrose is. Oh my God. Can you imagine if we would have gotten a Dean Ambrose mention?
Oh, brother. Honestly, that would have been crazy. That's out of this world.
No, I would have laughed so hard. But I mean, at the same time, we got Vince, Colt Cabana, AEW. What? Come on. Like everything was on the table at that point. Thank you so much for sending this in, man. Thank you. All right. We got a couple more items to get into. We got Otis versus Chad Gable. A fun matchup here. I know we were kind of over not having to necessarily see this. I thought this was going to be a win for Otis, but it was a win for Chad Gable. Fun matchup, Santi. Nothing much else to add, though, in my opinion.
Honestly, I'm just going to be a bah-humbug about this. It's just weird how much Chad Gable struggled, considering 3 weeks ago he was going toe-to-toe with Cody Rhodes, and he needed all of Alpha Academy, all of American Made to basically attack Otis to win this. I don't feel like this did anything for anybody, considering this is 5 months too late. It almost felt like they did the match choreography that they probably should have done at SummerSlam or 5 months ago when Otis was over. So because we're so far removed from it, because that movement of like Otis becoming like really hot with the crowd, we're well past that. Otis being mostly dominant in this match didn't really land because the crowd doesn't have, there's not that buzz that they built up so well in the summer. If we were doing an award show for biggest missed opportunity of the year, it was Chad Gable Otis. And I felt like this was just a final like send off of like, well, let's do it, I guess. And let's fully move on from this once we go to Netflix.
Dude, I feel you on that. I was just kind of like, all right, I'm going to enjoy the ride because I know this is going to be a fun match. I marked, obviously, when he suplexed him. Great stuff. Nothing much else to add there. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not care about Damian Priest and War Raiders versus the Judgment Day. I was just watching, but I was on autopilot. Like it's nothing grabbed my attention here. And when the match ended, I thought, okay, good. That was it. I'm sorry. This isn't doing anything for me at all. They're bringing down Damian Priest's stock in this. Like, let him be free to go do something else. This is not working for me. I'm completely over it.
Yeah. You and I are on the same page there. This entire story arc between Damian Priest and Finn Balor, like it just seems like it's a rat race that nobody is going to win. And the biggest losers to me here are the fans. Like, this is just not something that's getting people excited to watch Damian Priest, which is a shame considering we're on the back of a great world championship run that he had. And this is just such a piss poor follow-up to that championship reign. Again, I've talked about this before on our show here, that I felt like the problem was that they just took too long to pull the trigger post SummerSlam on Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And it seems like maybe that's almost a symptom of some of Triple H's booking, where there's just some things. Somebody in my chat said it perfectly, that I get with Triple H's long-term storytelling that, you know, a brisket, it needs several hours to cook perfectly. But sometimes you just want a hot pocket pizza. Sometimes you just want something out of a microwave real quickly eat it in the middle of the night, feel guilty about yourself the next day. Not everything needs to be a brisket. Not everything needs to be long and drawn out. And Damian and Finn should have been a fun hot pocket.
Honestly, that's the best way to describe that. Yeah, shout out to whoever said that on your chat, because that's the way that I'm going to look at it now. And now also I kind of want a hot pocket. So there's that too. Thank you for putting the imagery in my mind here. But ladies and gents, that was the last and final Raw on the USA Network. So happy they played the montage. That's what I was looking forward to on the show as well. But next week, the next time we're here talking about Raw, we're going to be talking about Raw in an entirely different manner over on Netflix. We do got a super chat here, by the way, from Stephen Marchuli. Thank you so much, Stephen, as always. He says, does the bloodline story eventually lead to Roman going back to heel again? He never apologized. I feel like maybe at some point that will happen, but I want to see how far we can get with babyface Roman.
Sure. I mean, dude, they spent like 8 years trying to make us care about babyface Roman, and they finally have. I don't think that they're eager to go back to heel Roman. I don't think that they are.
Thank you so much, Steven. We got Soundwave 80s here who says CM Punk and Seth Rollins' promo was awesome. I think their fight on the Netflix premiere will be very interesting. Who is your favorite WWF wrestler? So my favorite wrestler of all time is honestly Kurt Angle. So I'm going to throw him in there because I think he is just a brilliant. Current favorite WWE wrestler, though, for a bit, it was kind of Gunther with the work that he was doing, but it's kind of gone down a little bit for me. All time is still, throw in CM Punk. He's still an all-time favorite for me. So that's kind of where I'm at. What about you, Santi?
All-time WWF wrestler? What does that mean exactly? Like, are we talking about like when it was?
That's why I just answered it the way I answered it. Thank you for however you want to answer
Look,
it.
my favorite all-time, like, is public knowledge, it's John Cena. Look, I can do this for you real quick. It's Cena, Punk, Rock, Randy Orton, Kurt Angle. That's the list.
I'm just happy Kurt Angle's in your top 5. So that's for me. I've had to shuffle mine around a little bit because if I really was to be honest, like my number 1 for the longest time was Chris Jericho. But then like the recent AEW run kind of took a little bit away from that.
Hi,
but
guys.
If we just include like the WWE stuff, it's Jericho, Punk, Kurt Angle. But then if we just include the wrestling stuff, it's Kurt Angle number 1. So you see what I'm saying? Like I kind of shuffle them around depending on what we're talking about, what time period of their career, in ring, overall, what are we getting into, Soundwave 80s, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Alrighty, Santi, are you ready for next week?
I'm so excited. Have they confirmed if it's 3 hours or are they just sort of like going until the show ends? Okay.
I think it is 3 hours. So we'll just prepare for 3 hours.
So much more work for us. Extra 2 hours of streaming now.
So I think I'm going to be at the show next week, by the way. Okay. So I'll let you know what our plan is for the post show, but we will be here. Depending on how that works out, Santi, we'll talk and we'll figure that all out, but it's going to be a fun time. Can't wait. Thank you so much to everybody. Santi and I will be taking on the Netflix era here every single Monday. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to give some love to Santi. Santi, tell the people where they can check you out and check out all your work.
Find me in anything and everything branded Santi Zap. Just Google it and find the platform that you like, whether it's Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Pick your choice. Pick your poison.
Same for me, @_ Denise Salcedo, pretty much everywhere. Head on over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Denise Salcedo. I'm trying to be like Santi. I'm posting daily content now, and I think I'm becoming a crazy person. You want to know how I know I'm going crazy, Santi?
Tell
Get
me.
this. I walked into the living room, and my Christmas tree wasn't there. And I looked at my husband and I said, "Oh, good, you took the Christmas tree out." He looks at me and he goes, "Denise, that's been gone since yesterday morning." I was in the house and didn't notice that our Christmas tree was gone until the next day. That's how effed up this all has me. That's how I know I'm going crazy.
I'd love to tell you that it gets better, but it only gets worse, Denise.
You're going to be like, "What's your last name?" I don't know. I can't think anymore. Alrighty, guys. With that, thank you so much. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.